Live. Had to drop the mic. Once again, here we are. Week 7 predictions, week 6 recap. Not a great week, A lot of money out there to be had. A lot of losing, especially done by the 3 hosts of this podcast. All negative records. So I was the leader in the pack, 7-8 on the slate. Cam 6-9, and Mikey 5-10. So how do we get back to where we were before?
I was never where we were.
What did you say,
Mikey's got the book. Mikey's got the book.
Yeah, can you actually read the book this time?
Well, the book was wrong last week, so this week I'm hoping I'm flipped to the right chapter. I haven't been in a long time, since week 1, I think. So now we're locked in.
What was your any overall takeaways from this week? Big storylines? Were you able to watch a lot of these games?
I was able to watch all of the primetime games, including Sunday morning, but not 1 o'clock window, really.
Okay.
So I watched all the 4 o'clock and night games.
That's an improvement.
And early morning.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like this was
Not
a low
great.
key. I feel like this was like a low key week. Like there wasn't actually that many good games.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think the headline of the entire weekend was probably Pats and Drake, but we can get into that whenever we get into the game. But
all right, let's do it. Let's start with Thursday Night Football. One that Mikey got right. Cam, you and I did not get right. The New York Giants pick up upset win over the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles team loses 2 in a row after looking like one of the top 3 teams in the league. Michael, the Giants won. How'd they do it? Your team, your pick.
My team.
Well, you're the only one who picked them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was more about the Eagles just not. They haven't looked right the last couple of weeks. I feel like, or at least at all this year, I feel like they're just kind of they're winning games, but in a way that doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in them. And the Giants just had the swagger. They had whatever to them on Thursday night that, I don't know. It was the white boy magic of Jackson Dart and Scatabo.
Yeah, so many memes about Scatabo being like CTE.
I know.
yeah.
Well, he is. Have you ever heard him talk?
He's the man. Cam, what were your thoughts on this game? You had a big parlay in the Focus 5 on the Eagles.
Yeah, no, definitely a disappointing loss. I don't know. Like Mikey said, it's just really difficult to try and continue to root for this Eagles team, especially after that. We talked about how it was a divisional game Thursday night, could lean the Giants' way in divisional matchup on the road, but I don't know. I had a lot of faith in the Eagles on a bounce back spot, but I don't know. I feel like they just have too much talent to kind of write off for the rest of the year. So we'll see how that influences my pick going into the next week. But I mean, I still have faith in this Eagles team to kind of bounce back and then figure it out from there. But obviously this past week, I should say, definitely doesn't really strike a lot of confidence in that Eagles team. But
AJ Brown to the Pats?
No. I think we talked about it last week. That's
We're
the
gonna
last
talk about
person
it.
I want
We're
there.
gonna
Yeah, I know. We're going to continue to talk about it, but at the same time, Pat's got something going. I think AJ Brown's a necessity on that Eagles team. I think they'll eventually click, but at least in this year. But I don't think he belongs on this Pats team. I think it will just cause way too much controversy.
Okay. Well, what about the Giants? Are we more hopeful on the Giants, or this is kind of just a one-off situation?
I don't know. I can see them being a very kind of similar to the Cardinals, where it's like you have no idea what you expect from week to week. I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously that letdown against the Saints the prior week for them, but I don't know. I mean, Jackson Dart and Scatabo, like maybe they can figure something out, but I think it's very difficult to bet on them on a week-to-week basis with the inconsistency that they play at so far. But those are my
Yeah,
thoughts.
I'm tentative. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch a ton of this game, but the Eagles just couldn't get it going. Big fumble late. Before we get to the next game, I actually forgot. So we need the year-to-date records. Michael, 35 and 44, 44% win rate. I'm up
Not
over
great.
50%, 49 and 44 for 53% win rate. And then Cam, 52 and 41, 56%. Rat, who joined us one time, is at 43%. We'll see if he comes back on because, I'm sure he will be. But anyways, fast forward, another New York team played a primetime game Sunday morning. Michael, you said you were up and watching this game. We need all the takeaways from a Jets perspective. What happened? Is it over? Justin Fields, 45 passing yards the whole game.
Yeah, definitely not ideal. I was
No
up.
shit.
I was watching it. I was at Dave and Buster's.
W.
Electric.
It was so bad.
In the morning? What were
At
you doing
9:30 in the
Dave &
morning, what are
Buster's?
you doing at D&B's?
It was some children's birthday party situation.
Got
Fair.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely not a great game here. I was like, the Jets had a lead 11-10 with, I don't know, 8 minutes left in the game. So I was like low key excited, and then they just couldn't.
Find a way to
Their
blow
defense played super well, and then they just gave up a field goal to end the game. But I don't know. It's sort of, there's a lot of talk about some players wanting Tyrod, which I get it. Like when your quarterback takes 9 sacks that are probably 90% on him rather than on the offensive line, and you throw for 40 yards in a game, you're going to want to make a change at quarterback. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I feel like they probably won't until week like 10, 11, 12, something like that. Yeah, it's definitely not great. I'm
Hey, they
looking
covered.
towards
it.
exactly.
They covered.
I'm looking towards the trade deadline mostly now, which
For
is
additions or
bad.
subtractions?
Make a guess.
Subtractions.
I mean, you could trade like Garrett Wilson for a nice young player. I don't know.
No, that's just not going to happen.
Have you started looking into the quarterback class for college this year, or is that too
No.
far in advance? Okay.
I think that they definitely, if they get like, how many quarterbacks are going to be in this draft that are like good?
I don't know.
Probably
Like 2.
Probably 4 in the first. No, in the first round, probably 4. But in the top 5, yeah, probably 2.
Is it
I'm
the
looking at
Indiana
mock.
guy that's supposed to be nice?
Fernando Mendoza is the number 1 pick right now
Yeah.
going to the Jets.
Yeah.
Dude, the second pick right now is the Ravens getting Reuben Bain Jr. That'd be insane. Also, Dante Moore out of Oregon, supposed to go top 5 right now.
Yeah.
Sellers, top 10. Just saying, these are
I
names
mean-
you're gonna have to familiarize yourself with.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, also going forward, Garrett got hurt. He's going to be out for like a month.
Yeah,
So
that's
their
just
best receiver on the field is going to be Josh Reynolds. And like at that point, what does the quarterback change even do?
Exactly.
Their defense actually played a
Wow.
great game in this one. They were
So
like
do you
the
think that's
first
anything to do
team.
with do you think that's anything to do with the London aspect or not really?
No, they're just bad.
they didn't show out for Woody.
I know. Hey, they
Okay.
covered for Woody though. They were like the first team ever in NFL history to have like 3 turnovers, allow less than 250 yards or something like that, and lose a game. Like
The most optimal
Team-
Jets stat
yeah.
you could hear of all time.
the teams in that situation were like 52-0 before the Jets on Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah. I
State
mean,
of the
I feel like
Jets, you know.
I feel like this game kind of shows that you kind of got to fade the Jets from here on out. I mean,
Nah.
like Mikey said, we
They
talked about how the
covered. They
Jets.
covered the spread, 7.5.
The
It
spread
easy
was
money.
7.5, which I thought was crazy.
Yeah, fair, but at the same time, I mean, when you have that great of a defensive performance after we talked about how their main weakest link was the defense the entire season, at least the beginning of the season, and then you play your best game and then somehow the offense manages to absolutely blow it. I mean, I don't know, maybe it obviously depends on the spread on week to week, but this Jets team is just, I don't know. I mean, I was watching that game and it was, I couldn't even look at the screen. Like I was like, wow, this is bad. Not even just the Jets, the Broncos too. I don't know if that's like we talked about, like the European game factor, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe Justin Fields turns it around. We talked about Justin Fields last week about how he was actually playing pretty well and the defense was not playing up to par. And then obviously it's flip flop this week. But I don't know. I'm not. I'm just. This Jets team is just extremely inconsistent. I don't really know what to think of them for the rest of the year.
I'm just mystified that he had 45 yards an entire game. Like that's college
That's
level.
insane. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
that's
the good
that's
news
Iowa
is,
quarterback football.
He
look
had
at this.
negative 10 passing yards, actually.
Okay,
If you,
college wise, yeah,
no, if you count sacks.
that's what they do in college. They count sacks
Yeah.
as rushing, or no, I guess it's not passing yards. So the good news is you have listen to this 3-game stretch: Panthers at home, Bengals on the road, Browns at home. What's the Jets' record in those next 3 games?
0-3.
Michael, 1 or 2?
I'm not gonna predict that they win the game. So
Okay.
0-3.
Last thing before we move on.
I think they will win it at least like 2 or 4 games. I think they win 4 games. I think they won when
They
they
have the Saints in
did
the
they win
schedule.
4? Did they
Dolphins
win
at
4
home.
last year or 3? I don't even remember.
I don't know either. I think they won 5 because they had like the seventh pick.
Yeah, they were like early to mid in the draft.
Last question. Use 3 words to describe Aaron Glenn's coaching job so far with the New York Jets as a fan.
Shitty, shittier, and shittiest.
Uninspiring.
Whoa.
That's my one word. You get one.
Okay.
One word. One. That's it.
So we moved to 1 o'clock, and I told you guys the Cardinals would cover, but we didn't know that Jacoby Brissett would be playing quarterback for them.
True.
So interesting. I don't know, Cam, you're kind of a back to former Patriots quarterbacks guy. Did you kind of switch your mind on this one once you heard about Brissett, or kind of the same thing, just the Cardinals are the worst?
No, honestly, I didn't touch this game against the spread with my actual money. Obviously, for the pod, I picked the Colts minus the 7. The Jacoby Brissett start, or at least playing the game, obviously made it, I think, much closer than we expected. We'll get into it later, but I had a significant parlay on almost the majority of the games, if not all of them. So thankfully, I had the Colts in the money line on this one, but I mean, no real change in this. I think the Colts are going to beat up on the teams they should beat, and then also at the same time, I think the Cardinals are going to lose to the majority of the teams in the league. So not sure if you guys have any other opinions based off that performance, but
I mean, Jacoby Brissett had 320 yards. I'm not even sure he had 320 yards in all the games he played with the Patriots last year. I think
True.
the Colts continue to be frauds, even though they're 5-1, which is insane. They still haven't beat anybody that's made me.
I disagree.
Why?
Because Daniel Jones is dealing.
He's dealing against. I have to read the schedule every week. The Dolphins, the Titans.
He puts balls in good spots.
Oh, the who?
The Dolphins, the Titans.
Oh, okay. Titans. Okay.
I've never claimed the
just wanna
Titans
make
are
sure
a
it's on
good
the
team.
record.
They're gonna get 6 wins, but
Okay.
that doesn't matter. Raiders, Cardinals, and then they've lost to the Rams and almost lost to the Broncos. So I'm not convinced on this Colts team, but Daniel Jones is dealing. He's in one of my fantasy leagues, fantasy segment of the week. He's my fantasy quarterback right now. So that's good. This is one of the actually interesting games of the 1 o'clock slate. Better than some other games, but yeah, I mean, not much to take away from here. My opinion isn't really changing on either of these teams. Next game, Panthers over the Cowboys. Kind of a surprise. I thought the Cowboys would just outduel them, but Rico Dowdle revenge game. I mean, man went off, and then Tet 2 touchdowns, had that in my parlay. Big focus 5 touchdown scores. The focus 5 been hitting, man. I mean, for me, it's 2 weeks in a row hits and parlays. But Tet 2 touchdowns. Panthers are 3-3, which is just sounds insane to say. And then the Cowboys
3-0
are
at home too.
yeah. So Panthers. I mean, Michael, we've been on the Panthers train, but what were your takeaways from this one, Cam? If anything.
I had the Panthers in this one. Kind of more just anti-Cowboys pick in my part, but we also talked about how the Panthers are 2-0 at home. Honestly, looked pretty decent at home, and then we also saw Rio Dado play pretty well in the week prior. So whenever Chuba was announced out, I expected a huge game from him. So, excuse me, I actually had a couple of parlays with him to score, which thankfully hit, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how they split up the touches between Dowdle and Hubbard whenever Hubbard comes back, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, this Panthers team at home seems like they're trying to fight a little bit, but I don't know how Bryce Young looked. I wasn't able to catch much of this game, so I was boots on the ground for one of the 1 o'clock games. So wasn't sure if you guys had any
Which one?
insight on how Bryce Young looked.
He looked like pretty good game manager wise. I think it was more just like the Cowboys kind of. I mean, Pickens honestly was eating too.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. I remembered that I got to watch like the fourth quarter of the 1 o'clock slate, so I did watch the end of this game, and Panthers leading like a 15 play drive to ice the game, up 3. That took like 7 or 8 minutes or something like that. That was like Bryce Young game manager moment. And then Rico Dowdle with 200 plus yards for the second week in a row. I think if I am remembering correctly, the last person to go 3 weeks in a row 200 plus yards was like Jay Ajayi for the Dolphins like 7 years ago.
Looking really good for Rico then.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was a good game from the Panthers, and for the Cowboys, it's just like your defense is just so bad.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna be overs in every game that they play. I feel like, and it's just like George Pickens was awesome, beating everyone, even J.C. Horn, who's a good corner. And yeah, it was a good game. I liked it.
It was a fun game for the 1 p.m. It was a decent experience watching. Next one was not as much fun. The Steelers and the Browns, kind of a flame out. Dylan Gabriel, week 2 is not as successful. Not a lot of this game on red zone really, because kind of just got on hand early, and then the Browns scored I think they scored like a charity touchdown or something. But Rodgers, I mean, the Steelers are 4-1 and in first place in the AFC North. So, I mean, I think we all took the Browns in this game, so all of us were wrong on that one. I mean, Dylan Gabriel didn't look terrible, but he didn't look like amazing.
I think it was more. I just feel like we were expecting the Browns defense to really step it up and kind of carry this game. And not that Aaron Rodgers had it his way with the entire defense of the Cleveland Browns, but he obviously made enough plays where led them to a 14-point victory. So
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't strike a lot of confidence on either side, but that's also a tough game, divisional matchup, especially going into Cleveland too. You never really know what's going to happen there. It doesn't really impact much of my decision making moving forward with either of these teams.
I don't know. The Steelers are just kind of like frauds, I feel like. Also, this game was in Pittsburgh. But yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. I'm just following your line. I feel like I always look at the second team and assume it's the home team. But yeah, you're right. Steelers are at home.
The second team is always the team that lost. It's by score, man. Come on, lock it.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at. Yeah. All right.
Dylan Gabriel threw the ball 52 times.
Really?
He only had like 230 yards.
How many completions did he have? Do you know that?
29 to 52 for 220 yards.
Why the fuck is he throwing it 52
times?
That's
4.3 yards a clip.
Steelers
No
run
idea.
defense showed up.
Literally zero idea.
Judkins 12 carries, 36 yards, only 3 yards a pop.
Yeah. And we were hyping up Judkins too last week.
I mean, he's good. This is a tough defense when they want to clock in. So, yeah, I didn't really have many. I mean, this game wasn't on my TV a lot, so I don't really have any takeaways from that.
Me either.
Another AFC North team, the Ravens. I mean, this is just a terrible tale right now. And
Pathetic.
as we said, we're talking about how they might have this second pick in the draft, or they do have the second pick in the draft right now. Cooper Rush, the magic definitely has ended. I don't know why I took them to cover the spread. Rams in a 10 o'clock body clock game.
We're not doing this shit anymore. Come on.
They pull up to Baltimore. I mean, didn't have to do much. Puka got hurt, came back, didn't look great, but looks like he might miss some time for the future weeks. But the Rams, I mean, they're just kind of that well-oiled machine team that can just get done whenever it's possible. And the Ravens are 1-5, which is crazy to say, but it's true.
Yeah.
So any big takeaways from this game? I mean, I feel like if you were betting on the Rams, it kind of went as you expected, just maybe a little bit lower scoring, but
Yeah, so I was on the Rams, but at the same time, I think we talked about it on the last week pod. Lamar obviously being out, Cooper Rush playing, going to be a little bit more. I had the Ravens not this week, but the prior week. And then after seeing that performance, not even trying to feed Derrick Henry to try and carry the game, I just couldn't foresee this game doing too well for the Ravens. So thankfully that ended up doing well for me with the Rams minus 7.5. But Ravens going into a bye week. Maybe they regroup. Lamar comes back healthy next week or the week after, I'm sorry. And then they can start to pile up some wins, but obviously they have a long ways to go. Going to be difficult, obviously, but I mean, in that AFC North, I feel like there's always an opportunity, even though the Steelers are doing pretty well record-wise. But I mean, I definitely have more faith in the Ravens, I think, on head-to-head matchup against the Steelers. But I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, a long ways to go.
1-5 is a tough hole to climb out of. Also, they were giving the ball to Derrick Henry at 122 yards, but they kept getting to the goal line and just being idiots there.
Yeah, this is actually crazy. They punted one time.
Down.
And they lost 17-3
points. I don't even know how that happens. They fumbled 4 times. They threw a pick. Turnover on downs fumble? 3 times.
No.
Now Zay Flowers did twice apparently. Or Cooper Rush had one of them.
Once. Yeah, Cooper Rush. Also, Tyler Huntley entered the game.
Yeah, he played the whole second half,
really?
I think.
Yeah. Had a better rating than Cooper, so I guess if Lamar gets hurt, we might be seeing the return of Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley.
Okay. When was he in?
A couple years ago.
Any other thoughts on this game before we move on?
Nothing from me.
Our first comment of the chat tonight: Ravens are plus 100 to make the playoffs. Still crazy. You in on that bet? I mean, $10 to win $10 or something. I think that's what.
No, yeah. I mean, I usually like the significant plus odds, but I'm not touching that until. Honestly, it's going to be interesting this week, depending upon how the rest of the division plays. Because obviously, with them on the bye, they have no opportunity to win. So maybe if the Steelers win, that jumps up to plus 250, and then you might touch it if you're a big Ravens person. But I'm gonna stay pat for now.
Ravens' schedule ain't too bad, man. I'm just telling you that right now. They might rip off 9 straight, and then they play the Pats and the Packers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Is it the Pats involved in that, or
no? Before the Pats.
Okay.
Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals, and then they play the Pats. That's doable.
I don't know. Jets are a tough team to play against, so
I would wait.
Spread.
Yeah, Jets definitely covering. Will they win? I don't know. Another comment: mixed Safari hat. I think this is the first time I wore the bucket hat tonight, so bringing it out. I was thinking we're gonna have to do a Halloween stream in a week or 2, but we'll have the time for that. Next game, a team that pisses me off to no end, the Chargers. I actually forgot that I had a money line, so I was actually glad that they won later on in the day, but can't cover a spread to save the life of them. And I'm telling you, the Dolphins are a team that can cover spreads and spots. They're not as bad as everyone's saying they are. I think the Dolphins have actually covered a lot of the time, but Chargers, are we ringing the alarm bells? Was this the performance we wanted to see on them coming back, or is this just the Dolphins being competitive? What's your kind of analysis of this game, if anything?
I've been kind of on your side with the Chargers dub. I feel like the majority of the year we were pretty high on them going into the year, and then especially after those first 2 or 3 wins, um, we were even more higher on them, especially within the division. Um, I don't know. Like you said this Dolphins team isn't that bad, but I don't know. Like I think the Chargers also knew that, hey, we're playing in Miami. Also, Miami's a tough place to play, especially early on in the year. So I don't know if that's part of the reason why this game was a lot closer than it was, or should have been, I should say. But I don't know. I mean, I have faith in the Chargers team trying to bounce back. It's going to be tough without Amari and Hampton, but I don't know. Like if we're
Vidal looked good, man. 100
yeah,
something yards.
I mean, I'm just more concerned about that entire locker room of the Dolphins. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up on how much McDaniels is most likely to stay there or not. It's going to be interesting in the next few weeks. I think Mikey said he might be the first head coach fired, so
He was
we'll
wrong.
see. But I mean,
I was wrong.
he was wrong. He was wrong. But maybe second coach. Maybe second coach.
I think there's a high odds of him being the second coach fired. I also think there's that little Herbert and Tua were drafted together, so it's kind of like that
Yeah.
little rivalry there. So I might have played into this one as well.
Yeah.
But Chargers are 4-2, so hopefully for my
Yeah.
division bet.
I mean,
What?
the Chargers handled this game, I feel like, until the end.
Nah, they wanted to choke it away though.
Yeah, they wanted to, but they built
They
up
did.
enough of a lead that they didn't. But yeah, the end of that game was kind of wild. Lad McConkey coming up huge with a catch on 3rd or 4th down. Yeah, and then classic Tua ending the game on a stupid pick. That was great. Love to see
Yeah.
it.
Normal
W2.
Tua.
Okay. Next game, we had a member of the pod in the building.
Who?
Pats get the dub over the Saints.
Yes,
From
sir.
from my perspective, and this might be a biased perspective, it felt like Vegas was trying to hand this one to the Saints, just because it felt like the Saints would be the one of the most bet on teams just due to that line, because we all kind of like had our eyebrows raised at that one. So take us away, Cam. How was your day in New Orleans? Was it everything you ever wanted?
It was a great time. First time in New Orleans, but at the same time, probably the first time I've been to a Pats game like live in the building in at least a year or two. But in general, probably the worst. I'm not sure how much Mikey listens to local Boston sports radio, but arguably one of the worst
0.
performances I've ever seen from the referees. Like there was that one play to Mario Douglas for a touchdown. Obviously, they ended up scoring, so it didn't necessarily matter as much. But I don't know if Dubs heard a lot of the reports from the refs after. But essentially, there's no real reason or rhyme or reason on why there was a penalty. And it was like watching it live, like hearing the Saints fan talking all that shit about it. It was insane. I told Dub prior to the pod that I almost got into a fight at the stadium just because there was so much horse shit. But I mean, I feel like Drake played his ass off. The Pats defense definitely has to figure it out if they're gonna. I know they have a relatively soft schedule for the remainder of the year, but to have sustained success within this league, especially in the playoffs, they're going to have to play much better on defense. But it's honestly incredible to see how Drake May's progressed in year 2. And then also on top of that, Booty coming alive. Even we talked about Pop being almost a non-factor and we wanted him on the bench, ends up scoring, I think 2 touchdowns, at least 1, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, with this young receiving core and Drake May in this offense, I feel like they actually have something going with Josh McDaniels at the helm. But at the same time, I also am very curious to see how much. I think it's Thomas Brown is the like passing coordinator. I forget his title, but he's more the West Coast guy that's like kind of developing Drake May, rolling out of the pocket. But I don't know. I mean, I really like how this offense is played, but it's obviously going to come down to the defense when it comes later on in the year, especially in that cold weather environment. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the offense looked great. Drake May looked great. Hopefully, they can keep it going into Tennessee next week. But I don't know if you had any additional thoughts, Dub, on what you saw from the Pats game.
Olave destroyed us. I felt like looking at the stats,
He did.
He's 6 catches, but I felt like he was
Yeah.
very impactful.
So Rob actually went to the bathroom for that first play, and then he came back, like not expecting anything to happen on that first drive. And then, of course, the first play of the game, Olave had like a 50-yard reception, almost to like the 5-yard line. We thought we were doomed from the start. It kind of reminded me a lot of that start of the Panthers game, honestly, but obviously we ended up bouncing back and figuring it out from there.
Does Rob just go like instant depressed mode when something bad happens?
I feel like it's just in the past few years, a lot of the Pats fans kind of do. It's like, here's the same shit. Like, we'll find a way to play terrible football and then let shitty teams in the games that don't need to be in it. Like, that game did not feel like a 5-point win at all. Like, honestly, I was extremely confident throughout the entire time. I don't know if you felt the same way, but
yeah, I mean, no, there was some risky times with the refs.
yeah.
Michael, did you have anything you wanted to add on this performance? We have a caller in the wings.
Not really.
Okay.
Bring on the
Who is it? Who's the caller? Who's the caller?
Welcome to the show, Mick
What's
Gregg.
up? What's up? As you can see, I'm all the way bought in. So I'm here to talk some Giants.
Okay.
We had a great Thursday night game.
With the
I
ball.
couldn't watch the first half, unfortunately, because I had to study. Good boy, Greg.
Don't ever say that again.
All right. How's everyone else doing? I haven't seen you guys in a while.
I'm wondering.
This isn't
how
a
are
give
you?
and take. It's
You're supposed to come in here
Okay,
prepared.
how have you been? I haven't talked to you.
He was
How
at the
is
Pats
everything?
game. Are you listening in the lobby?
I've been fucking incredible, actually.
Oh, good. Happy to hear that.
Thank you.
Very, very happy. You went to the Pats game, actually?
Yeah. What's your Giants take? Come on.
No, I like what we did. Obviously, the Eagles are a struggling team, and the Chargers are also struggling. But I think this week against the Broncos,
Struggling.
I mean, they've been struggling of recent, right?
I agree.
I mean, they're 4-2, but
How'd you make that?
and the Chargers were missing some players because of a lot of injuries. Because
How about the
they were
Saints?
missing what?
How about the Saints?
That I just don't know how that happens. How do you fumble and throw an interception 5 drives in a row? I
I
don't
don't
know. What
know.
happened.
You tell me. You're the Giants fan.
I want to say it comes down to bad coaching, but I don't know. I mean, obviously the 2 interceptions were forced because the Giants didn't have any receivers. The fumbles, though, I give it to coaching. I'm gonna give that to coaching. But that Saints game, the Giants right now, realistically, I'm just saying this, could have been 4-2 because we should beat the Cowboys.
Okay.
No, listen. We should beat the Cowboys. There were 17 seconds left. We should have won that game.
But you didn't.
Am I
Russ was
wrong?
throwing moon balls and you got him caught.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we still lost, but I'm just saying there's a scenario. There's a world where the Giants are 4-2 right now.
And there's a world where they're 6-0, and there's a world where the Patriots are 6-0, and we
But there's
both go
a
undefeated
world-
and play each other. In the
There's
Super
a
Bowl.
legit.
There's
There's
no
a
world where the
legit
Jets are
world. There is a legit world where the Giants are 4-2 right now.
Okay.
If like 1 or 2 things went our way, those games, the Giants would be 4-2.
Okay.
Like, let's be honest. But I think this Broncos game is going to be a true test for Jackson Darling boys because, it's the Broncos have a very good defense and it's an away game. I mean, obviously the Saints was a.
You've been here for like 3 minutes and you've given nothing. Like, what's your take?
Yeah.
What's your,
Is he trying to
you're just
drop
saying-
back in
Alright,
the pocket?
I'm
What the
giving
fuck is
you
he doing
my-
with the football?
No, I like the
it's-
football. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, thank you. But my take is that this is gonna be a hard game for the Giants, and I think Giants win in overtime, baby.
Overtime.
Overtime.
So we actually have comments from the chat for our guests.
Yeah.
What are you studying for?
So I'm
Autism.
going to get my master's
In a
at
sentence. You have to
NYU.
describe only one sentence.
What?
You have one sentence to describe, and then we're moving on.
Money.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
That's one word. Real
Yeah,
estate.
but still money.
Okay, it's real estate. I had to go for a few minutes, and I come back to Greg in it.
Yeah. Happy to see me.
Nice.
No.
All right.
What's your take on this? Giants are 2-1 with Jackson Dart. That's our real record.
Yes, that is true. We should be 3-0. We should be 3-0.
3-0. Okay.
Sure woulda,
Yes,
coulda.
but I'll take
See ya.
it.
TikToker.
Yes, but I'm better than all the TikTokers.
Really putting the small in Greg Small.
Well, people call me Greg Large for a different reason.
Okay. Time. We're getting the rap signal.
Yeah, can we
Usually
hang
I'm
out with this
against
guy?
bullying, but this seems warranted.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Final
you know
thoughts.
what? Bullying is really bad, and we don't respect that in the Dubcast.
You don't speak for me. Goodbye.
Oh! McGann loves bullying. McGann loves bullying. You hear it
We all love
first.
bullying.
Have a great Wednesday night.
McGann was he bullied me all throughout college, actually.
That's just cap.
All right, so what's
Final
the next game? We got
thoughts?
Seahawks, Jags, or
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Great podcast, boys. Keep it up. I'm gonna go back to study. I'll listen to you guys later.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. I'm sure we'll see you
Yeah.
again.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye. All right. See, it's that easy to call in the Dubcast, and you can get your moment of fame. So we have another comment before. I'm actually interested to hear your thoughts on this. So I did see a TikTok about this. Olave, some guy was an Oracle Vision. He said Olave is getting traded to the Steelers, and A.J. Brown is getting traded to the Patriots. But you were against the idea of A.J. Brown. How about after seeing in-person performance, Chris Olave to the Pats?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you don't want to mess up with the mojo that's going on right now. I know they're playing shitty competition, kind of similar to how you feel about the Colts stuff. I know the Pats have obviously they had that win against the Bills, but Bills have kind of slept on teams and lost several games in a row now. I just don't want to mess with the mojo that's currently going on. So I don't think you need any additions, especially mid-season. I think it'll mess up the entire leadership role that Diggs, I feel like, had. Even like we talked about it last week with Diggs being up and down the sidelines against that Bills game. He was doing not the same level, but he was doing similar type shit for the Saints game. So I don't know. Like, I feel like you have something good going right now. Why throw a random ass variable to try and mess this entire thing up?
I don't
I'm
love Olave's injury history either. He's got a lot of concussions.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
CTE.
I would definitely if you had to pick one of the two, I definitely lean AJ Brown. But I mean, I don't want
I
a
think
wide
I'd rather have
receiver.
Olave.
I don't want a wide receiver reading books on my sideline. So
So then you take Olave.
I don't want either of them.
I think
Well,
off-season trade for
Olave can't
Olave.
read based off all the concussions he's had. So
Off-season trade for Olave. I'm in.
yeah, off season, yes.
Our caller, Olave is a Giant. I don't think so. I think
No.
the Giants are not going to win a lot of games moving forward. Okay, we spent an enormous amount of time in that game. Let's do a little speed round here. Seahawks, Jaguars. I had the Seahawks. You guys had the Jaguars. Jaguars kind of felt fraudulent to me as the 4-1 team. Now they're 4-2. We'll see what happens in the future. Michael, Sam Darnold gets a W here. Any quick thoughts on this game? I didn't actually watch a lot of this game. Kind of low scoring, but
Not really. JSN putting up
big W
numbers this year. Sam Darnold, quarterback, throwing a lot of yards to top receivers in the game. They're a thing there for a little JSN offensive player of the year. Yeah. Seahawks, I feel like I've been sort of like mid on them this year just because I don't know, it felt sort of like they lost with DK leaving, with a lot of their defensive pieces leaving. It felt like they had a lot of work to do, and they've kind of proved that they can hang with good teams and beat not so great teams. And they've shown a little bit of consistency, which is what I feel like I look for in a football team that I would bet on. So I like where the Seahawks are heading.
JSN plus 450 for offensive player of the year right now. But I mostly agree with what you said.
That's crazy.
I kind of like both these teams to be competitive in most games. I don't think this like changed my opinion. I just kind of just saw it as a Seahawks spot. All right, we'll head to the 4 o'clock window. Big contention point of the pod last week, as always, the Titans. Didn't watch any of this game. Thought it made zero sense that they have this one be the first game that tips off the 4 o'clock window before you have the 2 4:25 games. But looked like Raiders got back to form. Somewhat no Brock Bowers still, but this game ultimately results in the firing of one Brian Callahan, and the Titans, after popping their head up for a week, go back down to the surface. I did think 4.5 was too many points. I was wrong on that one. They lose by 10, and really it wasn't close at all. Cam Ward has not looked the part so far.
No shit.
Michael, is there anything you want to say on this one? We know Cam's thoughts pretty much.
I mean, not really. He didn't have. I mean, Calvin Ridley got hurt in like the first quarter of this game. After that, it kind of felt like they would not score any points. And the Raiders, they kind of just. I felt like they played keep away, sort of like they didn't go for the kill. They just kind of played normal, just football, like they weren't trying to blow them out or anything. And yeah, I don't really take anything from this game because the Raiders, this gives me no confidence in them. And the Titans, they're going to be a completely different football team next week, I feel like.
They will be. Okay, I missed a comment. Mike McDonald, Coach of the Year, low key. Anyone popping out? Are you guys Coach of the Year candidates so
He's
far?
also jacked. He is jacked.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's in good shape, but Coach of the Year, all right. NFC West beating up on mediocre teams. Let's
plus 1,800 right now. Mike McDonald, Shane Steichen at plus 250 for Coach of the Year. Mike Vrabel in second at plus 475. I don't know if I don't trust the Seahawks like down the stretch. I still think they'll be like a 7 seed, maybe first team out of the playoffs. I think that's where I'm gonna kind of lay my hat with the Seahawks. Another game that happened. Bengals first week.
My Titans or
no, we know what you're gonna say, and we're going speed round also because we spent a lot of time on this.
Well, I just want to say, Mikey's saying that there's nothing to take away from this game. The one thing to take away from this game is to not bet on the fucking Titans, actually, ever. So,
I didn't. Yeah,
they're 1-1 in the last 2 weeks on the spread.
Okay.
No,
Well,
really.
what are they?
He's
What are
not
they against?
playing.
What are they against the year, Dub? Year to date.
1 and
Exactly. Yeah, one in whatever the fucking week is. So.
Hey, but if you grabbed Titans money line 2 weeks ago, man, you'd be rich. Okay. Packers Bengals, first week of Joe Flacco. Cam, were you able to find yourself in a place to watch these 4 o'clock games?
I was, yeah.
Was this a game you didn't watch a lot of?
No, I didn't watch too much of it, but I mean, I don't know. This Bengals team obviously showed a little bit more fight with Flacco at the helm, but obviously the better team won. I think this Packers team definitely can use this as a jumping off point, but at the same time, not the super extremely convincing win that you would want based off that week 1 win against the Lions. So still kind of hesitant on them, especially on your Super Bowl pick, but hopefully they can figure it out moving down the road, and then the Bengals continue to improve with Flacco at the helm.
A win is a win. As long as the Bengals can just become like watchable.
Yeah, somewhat competitive, yeah.
Jamar, I think, had a couple of catches late. Michael, any thoughts on this one?
Not really. I think the Bengals will be able to keep games close. Definitely a tough first game for Joe going against this defense.
On like 4 days of the knowing the offense too.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't look bad. Like, obviously,
No. Yeah.
threw 2 touchdowns, no picks, but like there's only so much you can do with probably like 20 plays memorized. But yeah, this also gives me no confidence in the Packers, and no more confidence in the Bengals either. Like the Bengals, we know have a horrible defense, and the Packers put up 27 points. Great, that's probably the least amount of points the Bengals have given up all year. So good
Fair.
for them.
Wrong, but
Wrong.
Alas.
no, I mean a win's a win for the Packers. I'll take it. I think the number was too high, but we all kind of knew that going in. Last game was Mac Jones. I don't know if this is the swan song, which is really unclear on a week-to-week basis who's starting at quarterback for the 49ers. But the Bucs get the job done. I think we were all on the Bucs. We all love the Bucs this week, and they did cover. I think the Bucs are one of our favorite teams collectively on the pod. Just kind of lost to win the NFC South. And, I mean, the 49ers, it was a tough spot on the road. But does your opinion change that much of this 49ers team? Should be, I think the 49ers team, like they should be getting pieces back on a week-to-week basis where Mac's working with freaking Jake Tongs and, I mean, Kendrick Bourne is Kendrick Bourne, but like, I don't know. McCaffrey's doing McCaffrey things, but you're going to get Pearsall back. I think Juwan came back this week, so maybe he'll get his stuff together, Kittle. So it should get better for 49ers, and I think their record was kind of inflated, but I don't know if you guys had any additional thoughts on this game specifically. Mikey, we did get a text from Mikey about Baker, so go off about Baker if you want.
Yeah. I mean, that was so funny. I saw so many memes about that Chris Collinsworth talking about that Mahomes run, and it's like, what other quarterback will do that? And then it's like 4 hours earlier, Baker just like destroying stuff. That's like the stuff you gotta love. He's throwing to like Cameron Johnson and Cade Otton and Tez Johnson and throwing like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. Absolutely dealing against the 49ers defense, which we know has always been good and probably will forever be good. That's just who they are. And this was the first game that they beat someone by a lot, so that was good for betting against the spread.
Baker Mayfield, second highest, tied for the second highest MVP odds right now with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He should be.
He should. Yeah, I honestly think he should be favored.
Josh has not looked great the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
The Bills' offense has been stale.
Mahomes is plus 175 right now, I guess. Is Mahomes just like stat padding?
No, he's been playing pretty well in the past couple of weeks, but obviously that only happens whenever they win. So I don't know.
Did you have any additional takes on this one, Cam, from a Mac Jones perspective?
Kind of like you said, I feel like this is kind of like the end of the Mac Jones taking over Brock Purdy job. Kind of, even obviously it was very little to no narrative on that happening, but like all the hope in that, I feel like kind of just got washed away in this game. If he wins this game, I think it's obvious. I think it gets a lot louder, but I mean, it's tough not to root for Baker. Just playing his ass off, like Mikey said, especially with his top 3 receivers being out. I think Abu got hurt in the second quarter of this game, so ended up winning.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, he played his ass off, and he's playing his ass off the entire year. It's tough not to like him. Very competitive guy, fiery. I don't know. I feel like you kind of mentioned it, though, with the MVP odds. I think he should be honestly higher than Josh Allen, but at the same time, obviously, like Josh Allen could have a massive rest of the year, but Baker's been playing so well, and he's becoming more of a fan favorite, I feel like, and more popular throughout the year. So I'm curious to see how this Bucs team does. I know they're still banged up, but if they're winning these games without their top 3 receivers, I mean, imagine what they can be whenever they get them all back. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I like this Bucs team moving forward. Niners got to put a little bit of a pause on.
I think Mike might be coming back this week. We'll see. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs, back to what we know as the Chiefs. Honestly, a very impressive win from them.
Yeah.
Just because the Lions had been really doing their sort of line thing that we've seen the past couple of years, got back into form, and then obviously, they have the first drive penalty on Goff that killed a lot of momentum for them, but I don't know. This felt like a actually very good win for the Chiefs team. That a lot of people, I mean, we always kind of knew the Chiefs were out there, but this kind of makes them sort of back in my mind. I don't know if you guys caught a lot of this game, but
I was able to catch a little bit. I feel like did we team ride the Lions on this one? I know me and Mikey took the Lions.
I
'cause
took
we
Lions as well. So yeah,
yeah, I mean, it just didn't seem the line was like didn't seem very logical, but at the same time, as soon as I think kickoff, I think they had this game pretty much under control. The Chiefs did basically from the first half on. I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs are back. I think they got. Was it Worthy that came back? I think you said he came back last week, but
Worthy's
wasn't
been back. Yeah,
he wasn't necessarily 100% healthy. I feel like he definitely had more of an impact on this game. I think this whole team, especially the Chiefs, going on a nice little winning streak on prime time. I don't know. It doesn't really change much, in my opinion, against the Lions. I think this Chiefs team is just, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They'll end up winning these games every once in a while, but at the same time, they'll drop games that they shouldn't. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, especially in the AFC West, on how the Chiefs try and come back within that division. I know the Chargers are 4-2, but obviously, I feel like the Chiefs have definitely looked significantly better than the Chargers in the past few weeks. So, going to be interesting to see if they can come back and take that divisional lead.
Michael, spare thoughts?
Not really. Yeah, it doesn't really give me any less confidence in the Lions. Their offense definitely like that. I don't know if you guys were both watching when that first drive that penalty happened on Goff. Like I don't even get it. Like that was a sick play. It's a
I missed
shame.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was definitely, I feel like, a closer game than a 13-point game. In terms of just like how it felt.
Yeah.
Chiefs scored late to make it like 10 or something like that, and then field goal to end the game. But yeah, I mean, I think this Chiefs team is like obviously with Worthy coming back and with Rashee Rice coming back next week, it's gonna look a lot different than they did the first couple weeks. And I think that their defense is still their Chiefs defense. That's one of the best in the league, has been for a couple of years now. And not that I think that they're gonna win the AFC, but the top of the AFC is looking a lot less
Scary.
Scary
Yeah.
than it is than we thought it would be going into the year, with the Ravens and the Bills not being as daunting as we thought they'd be.
Drake May.
No.
Don't get me started. Okay? Don't get me started.
Another comment from the chat. Mahomes second round. I think this is a reference to the Dynasty draft. Congrats. He sucks. Monday night. Brutal Monday night for one person on this pod. I mean, I think we all kind of group rode. Well, we didn't group ride the last game, but this game, Bills come out flat again. Falcons, I mean, you got to give it up to, I don't know how you're supposed to say his name. What is it? Bijan or something he wants to be called?
Bajan.
Sorry. Penix, I mean, like I've been kind of consistent on Penix. He is a good game manager, and you kind of saw that in this game where Drake London had a good first half.
I don't think he had a good game. He threw the ball to Drake London or Bijan.
He's a game manager. That's all you need to ask
threw
for.
Probably 6 interception-worthy passes that weren't picked. It was a brutal watch, honestly.
He's a good game manager.
Like, honestly, I don't know how he didn't throw 3 picks in that game. That one in the last drive that went right through on a Shaq Thompson or whoever's hands could have been a very large difference in this game with like 2 minutes left or something, whatever it was. But yeah, I don't know. No confidence in the Falcons.
I noticed a lot of. I mean, it was difficult because the Patriots running game has been terrible the entire year, and definitely didn't capitalize against the Bills 2 weeks ago. But you definitely noticed it in this game where I feel like the Falcons kind of maintained control of the entire game by running the football with Bajan, as Dub likes to call him. But
that's how he wants to be called. It's not how I look.
No, but I mean seriously, like I feel like this Bills team kind of has exposed their weakness, and it's going to be interesting to see how they either try and figure it out throughout the rest of the year, or if they can mitigate their risk by just loading the box. But I don't know. Like, there's definitely weakness to this Bills team, and I don't know if they can outscore a lot of these teams if they just continue to get absolutely run down the throat of whatever team they play against. So it's definitely like we talked about it. The one guy that Dub referenced that had significant amount of wagers on the line for this Monday night parlay, but I was expecting the Bills for a huge bounce back game, and obviously can't get the job done. And I think the Falcons team took complete advantage of what this Bills team can't do on defense, and I think it's going to be a lot of the game plan for what teams play against the Bills from the rest of the year here on out. So, not sure if you had any similar thoughts, Dub.
Yeah, I mean, this is disappointing because I agreed it was going to be Bills get back spot, and like I don't know, even though they're our division rivals, I do want the Bills to be good. And it seems like this is kind of an exposed spot where the Pats found something, and now the Falcons kind of just expanded on that. Especially Falcons had a bye week the week before, so they were kind of able to game plan this pretty perfectly. So I'm interested to see if other teams can replicate that. Especially, I think the worrying thing about the Bills is the offense because they don't have that number one weapon. James Cook's not getting involved. So I'm kind of weary on the Bills right now, but there's really just not a lot of great teams in the NFL right now. So they're still among the
Especially
top,
in the AFC too.
yeah, top 5 for me. But
Do you
I don't know if you
remember
had any-
like week 2 or 3, or it was maybe week 3, the Bills played Monday night or Sunday night, and they were hyping up Keon Coleman like he was a god.
Yeah,
And he just like has done shit since.
he had one big game, but
I can't hear you.
you can't hear me.
No.
But I'm talking, and you're responding. Anyways, solo cast. Cam's gone. I guess it's just me on the stream, guys. This is awkward. So yeah, we had one more game. It was the Bears and the Commanders Monday night, second part of a doubleheader. Glad they started this actually at the time it was supposed to start. I'm just checking myself here, making sure. Okay, yeah, it's just me on the stream. Happy April Fools. Hold down the fort. Dude, I was just on the loan on the stream. No one was here.
No, now I can hear you. So
Okay. Well, I was just explaining how I was glad that when they do the double headers, that they do the 7 o'clock one and then the 8:15 one. And obviously, actually a very good game as well. Caleb looked the part. Jaden honestly played pretty well into that last fumble. Exciting game back and forth. Not sure if you watched much of this game, but I had the Bears, so I was pretty locked in that the pick was going to work. But the field goal kick, I thought for sure he might miss it just because it's the Bears. But
Cody Parkey. I did not watch the end of this game. I only got to watch the first half. Yeah, I was hoping the Commanders would carry me to a 6-9 record instead of a 5-10 record this week, but or whatever my record ended up being this week, but didn't happen. Yeah, I didn't really have much thought on this one. The Commanders' weapons situation is definitely wary, and relying on Bill and like Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver, is tough.
yeah. Welcome back, Cam.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Did you give your take on the Skins game or?
Yeah, if you had any thoughts, but
No. I mean, honestly, I didn't watch much after the Bills lost because I didn't have any singular bets on this game. Thought this was a perfect get right spot or continuing spot for the Skins after that, week 5 win with Jane Daniels on his first week coming back from an injury. Obviously not covering the spread and then just outright losing this game. I think you kind of talked about it last week on the pod where this is the get right spot after that bullshit, Hail Mary thing that happened last year. So, nope, not major additional thoughts. I don't think this was, I think it's kind of a game, honestly, Monday night prime time. kind of all the factors we've talked about already previously, but I don't know. I still like the Skins, especially with Jaden. We have talked about how difficult their schedule is, which might be difficult for betting for them or against them against the spread, but doesn't really install much confidence in me for the Bears, at least moving forward.
I think the Bears are back.
Okay.
Watch yourself, man. All right. We've made it an hour and we made it through week 6. It's time for the week 7 predictions, starting off with a game that will be on in about 24 hours from now. It is the Pittsburgh.
Do more Focus 5.
Okay.
With Mikey, come on.
Clock in, dude. You ruined my monologue. 24 hours from now, we'll be watching the Steelers head to Cincinnati. Bengals second week of Joe Flacco. Short week for both teams, obviously. 5.5 is the number here on Thursday night. So, Cam, as our spread leader, kick us off here. What do you have for Steelers versus Bengals Thursday night football?
Yeah, this is one of my least favorite games to pick. Honestly, divisional game we've talked about, especially with the Bengals being at home, 5.5. But I don't know why. I'm leaning towards the Steelers minus the 5.5. I feel like I'm gonna have to continue to bet against the Bengals against the spread until Flacco actually covers it. Even though we talked about it, divisional matchup. I don't know why, but I think Aaron Rodgers gets it done, even though I hate the pick saying it out loud, but give me the Steelers minus the points.
Whoa. Okay. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm going with the Bengals plus 5.5. Home dog. Prime time. Also Steelers 5.5 is just disgusting. I don't think they've ever covered that spread in the past 2 seasons of covering them on the channel. We will see, though. Obviously, they know Flacco better than anybody else. Playing with it. Also, I think there's a little bit of motivational factors, Mikey. This is something you mentioned with the Mike Tomlin stuff going on. I feel like I think he called them out for trading for him from the Browns. He's like, why would you trade for them when you know what he's going to be and they're already in a bad situation at quarterback? I think Joe comes out motivated. I think the Bengals might outright win this game. Would I bet that? No. But I think the Bengals will keep this one close. I got the Bengals covering the 5.5. Michael, we can continue to break the tie here on the first game.
I had Steelers written on my sheet. I just changed it because what Cam said. Hearing him say it out loud made me hate it even more. So I changed it to Bengals. These teams always play close games. I remember watching one of these games in Tampa, and they covered, even though it was a super close game last year. Maybe it was even 2 years ago. I don't even know. But yeah, Bengals. I think Joe has enough weapons that he can get the ball out quick and not be super affected by the Steelers front. Yeah, 5.5 is too many points for me.
All right, I'm in agreement with you there. We move ahead. Another Sunday morning game is this in London, I think?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Rams, Jaguars. I'll start this one out. I'm taking the Rams. I don't know. I think they're just a better team.
7 a.m. body clock.
This is like a 1 minus. I don't even know what time this is because you just broke my brain. It's 3:30 there. I don't know. I'll come back to you at the math.
Who
I got
gives
the Rams.
shit? The body clock doesn't fucking matter.
I think
They're going to be there a few days before.
We're probably there now. We're earlier.
Exactly, yeah.
The Jags are used to being in London, and I was seeing like 3.5 in different areas, but we have the 3, so I'm going to take the team I like better, the Rams. I think they're just more organizationally sound. I've liked what I've seen better out of them this year than the Jags. Even though the Jags do have a good record, I trust Matthew Stafford more than I trust Trevor Lawrence. I trust Sean McVay more than I trust Liam Cohen. If Puka can't go, I guess they have just this Jordan Whittington kid that's getting picked up in a lot of fantasy leagues, but they still have Devontae Adams. They still have Matthew Stafford and Kyron Williams. So I'm not too worried about the Rams in this situation. I do see like low scoring, but I think the Rams still pull it out against the spread. Michael, what do you think for this game?
Yeah, I'm also taking Rams here. I can see them being 5-2 or whatever they would be more than the Jaguars being 5-2. or I think that's what their record should be. And yeah, I mean, you said it. Coaching difference, I think, is a real thing, and it doesn't really matter that they're going to London. I feel like they're both teams are definitely already there. They're getting used to the time and everything. All that body clock stuff doesn't really matter over there, allegedly.
It never matters.
Sources.
Sources say. But yeah, I'm taking the Rams here. I think the Jags need a couple 2-3 weeks of bad football to get their shit back.
Equalize.
Yeah.
Is this the first time there's ever been an international game that's been between two actually good teams or like two good record teams?
I mean, the Jets go every year, so definitely.
All right.
Proving a
The
point.
Jags. I think the Jets and the Jags are the two teams that go every year.
Yeah, I think the Pats played either last year or the year before they played the Jags.
Yeah.
Cam, finish this off here. Will you be group riding the Rams or will you be taking a shot with the Jags +3?
We're going team ride here, unfortunately. Not much more to add. Like you said, I have much more faith in Stafford and McVay as opposed to Cohen and Lawrence. So give me I think -3s. I always view 3 or more or 3 or less, sorry, as a pick 'em. I feel much more confident with the Rams going into Europe, even though that's kind of like the Jacksonville home, their second home in London. Is it confirmed that's in London? Do we know if it's in?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's part of the NFL London games. I'm looking at it right now. It's in London.
Yeah. Still, it doesn't really change my out of thinking. I'm going with the Rams minus the points here.
Okay. Next game, big one on the pod. Two of my favorite teams in the NFL: Patriots versus Titans. No, they're not. The Titans aren't one of my favorite teams. It's just the funny back and forth. But Pats in Nashville will have Cam boots on the ground in the building. Nashville, Tennessee, Nissan Stadium. I feel like the Pats have played the Titans the last couple of years. Obviously, this is a Vrabel revenge game. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on in this game outside of the actual game, like head coaching, new head coach for the Titans, Mike McCoy's first game as interim. A lot of questions around the Titans. I think there's something about people were texting like a ticket guy on the Titans and saying, when Brian Callahan gets fired, I'll buy tickets again. He got fired, so he's like texting all them. I saw that on PNC today. But Drake Maye is number 4 in MVP right now. Pat's coming off either 3-game win streak. Very impressive 3-game win streak over
3.
Bills, Panthers, Saints. I mean, Panthers and
Yep.
Saints aren't that good, but hype is real on the Pats. They get 7 here in Nashville. Cam, we'll start with you because we know what you're taking, but go ahead and
give me the Pats minus the 7. I had it 6.5. Might buy half a point. When I'm down, boots on the ground, but I tested the boys boots on the ground parlay. Absolutely hit last week, so might have to do a little shout out for boots on the ground closer to game time. I had Booty touchdown with Drake 2 passing and the Pats to win. Might be a similar kind of bet, but at the same time, you'll probably see something like that in the Focus 5 as well. Love the Pats here. Like Dub said, a Vrabel revenge game. New head coach boost doesn't really matter to me at all. I still think this Titans team, I mean, if you listen to the pod, you know how I feel about them. So love the Pats here. Definitely going to try and chirp some Titans fans. So hopefully Mikey's riding the team wave here. Or
record some. Oh, I didn't get my pick, but record some content of you chirping the Titans fans.
All right, I'll try and get some, and then I'll send it over to our producer on the Dubcast.
Yeah, get the producer. Okay, so my pick, alluded to it, but I'm going with the Pats. I mean, it's just I can't be on the Titans at this point right now. We'll see in the future, but got to go with the hometown team. Also, it just feels like I don't know. Oh, the new head coaching effect. Last year, I think the Bears did it, and it just completely backfired when we tried to capitalize on that. So it might not be a real thing. We'll have to monitor that moving forward. I think the quarterback one is real. Head coaching, I'm kind of in or out on right now, but I think Pats get this done. 6.5 would be beautiful, but unfortunately, the green has 7 for us. So we'll take the 7. I think the Pats can go in there and blow them out. We saw them blow out the Panthers, so they are capable of blowing teams out. I do question on the road, though. They did play the Saints close on the road, but for the sake of the pod, I got Pats -7, hometown rep. Michael.
Team Rad.
All right. Love
First
it.
time in the past in a long time, I think, for me. But yeah, I don't really have anything to add.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. Next game is potentially the return of a quarterback that we saw earlier in the season, JJ McCarthy. Saw the ankles looking iffy on this headline I just read. If not, it'll be a Carson Wentz revenge game as the Eagles head to Minnesota to take on the Vikings off of bye week. I'll start this one out. I'm dipping back into the well. I'm taking the Eagles once again. Very close spread, and I like the number a lot. That's why I'm taking them. I just don't trust Carson Wentz in a big game scenario. I don't trust JJ McCarthy either. The last time we saw him kind of choked against the Falcons, and I think he went out early the next week after that. But I got the Eagles covered in this 1.5. I think the Eagles get back on track. I feel like they do pretty well in these spots where, well, either it turns into like a dumpster fire where everything's on fire and everything's bad, or they get right back into it and everyone's like, oh, yeah, they're just the Eagles. They're going to be good. And I happen to think this Eagles team's pretty good with Saquon, Jalen Hurts, and the offensive line. So I'm taking the Eagles minus 1.5. Michael, we kick it to you.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Eagles. You had 2.5 on your original sheet, so I don't know where this 1.5 came from. But yeah, the Eagles, I think they get back on their winning ways. 2 straight losses against not great. I mean, the Broncos are a good team, but the Giants are good, and if the Giants are not good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the fuck are we talking about?
But yeah, I think the Eagles get back to their winning ways. The Vikings, I think this line is indicative that Carson Wentz will play rather than, I think it would be higher if JJ was playing.
Agreed.
So yeah, I'm taking the Eagles here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you guys more.
That's 3,
especially with you, Mike. Yeah. The line's definitely leaning towards, I feel like Carson Wentz is going to be starting over JJ. Eagles losing 2 in a row. Can't see this, especially with the talent on that roster. Can't see them losing 3. 1.5 basically pick them. Give me the Eagles here. So I don't know if it's going to be at least 3 or more, but I don't know. I mean, kind of expecting, like Dub said, the running game to get back on track for the Eagle team, whether it be Saquon or Jalen trying to step up. But I think that they get back to feeding them too, and then trying to develop big plays down the field after the fact. I think we talked about how they tried to force feed the ball against the Broncos last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. But I got the Eagles here minus 1.5 for another clean sweep.
All right. Someone who will be appearing on the podcast later in the show has made their first comment of the night. It's a question for you, Cam. Is Cam sitting on the toilet?
Yes, absolutely. I like how he keeps wanting to talk shit after we actually tied for the same record on the DOUF boys last week. But yeah, keep running your mouth, Mark. Keep going.
All right. Well, this is already getting pretty contentious before we even start. Next game features Michael's favorite team. The New York Jets are down to 1.5 point underdogs.
You said 2.5 earlier. Come on, that's 2 straight lines that you were pointing off on.
My lines are subject to change. I sent them on Tuesday. You want me to send the official ones?
I got 1.5 too. Yeah.
I change them before. We got to be as accurate as possible for the people. It's 1.5. So this would change your opinion. 2.5 versus 1.5. What was your pick before, and what's your pick now? Go ahead.
I'm taking the Jets, and I'm picking the Jets now.
Why? What makes you want to take the Jets in this spot?
Because 2.5, you can lose by 2, and you'll be fine.
What about the 1.5?
If last week they would have covered 2.5.
Exactly. If they can cover 2.5 against the Broncos, they can cover 2.5 against the Panthers. Come on.
Panthers are 0-3 on the road.
Yeah. Maybe they make it 0-4 and the Jets take a dub. Taking the Jets here. It would be great for a bounce back from Justin Fields. I don't really have so much confidence in that. But I think their defense stepped up last week, and I can see them doing the same. Stacking up some defensive performances, getting back to their defensive ways of the last couple of years. Maybe they win 4-0. I don't know.
4-0. 2 safeties.
Baseball score.
Yep.
Cam, sounds like you're going the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Panthers on this side. I know they're 0-3 on the road, but I mean, definitely much more confident in the Panthers based off their performance in the past 6 weeks. As opposed to the Jets. I know gonna be a tough matchup in New York, but same time, Grace Young minus 1.5 or 2.5, whatever you have. I think they win this game by at least 7. Honestly, give me the Panthers here.
I got the Panthers as well. Not betting on the Jets to win a game like this in a close spread until they can show me they can do it. Justin
Yep.
Fields, 45 passing yards last week. There is something to be said about this line, though, being close. I think, like from a Vegas angle, I think a lot of sharps might bet on the Jets. I don't know, though. I just can't. I'm not leading into that anymore. I'm going with what I think. I think the Jets are not a good football team right now. They're 0-6 or 0-5, whatever they are.
Right now, when have they been a good football team?
2009, dude. They made the AFC Championship.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, but I mean, there's something else I was going to say, but I lost it.
Sorry, Mikey. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to piss you off.
Panthers at 4-3 sounds egregious. So that is one thing I am a little concerned about. This one will be one that I wouldn't be surprised if I get wrong. But I'm going with the team I trust more and I think is better, which is the Panthers. Another comment from the chat. Directed to you, Cam. Does he know he has to take his pants off? He's sitting on the toilet. He's gonna have some sloppy shorts. I'm jumping in here as producer. Don't. No. We can't have.
If you want.
Stream.
All right. Fine.
We're so close to 100 subs. We can't have it go down the drain right now. Also, we had one of our best lives last week. Shout out to all the people who watched the live and the replay. We see you.
Shout out.
Moving on. Raiders Chiefs, biggest spread on the board. Raiders heading to Kansas City off one of their biggest wins of the season. Cam, we'll start with you here. What do you think? You taking the points or Chiefs to blow a team out, which they don't usually do?
I know me and you kind of been the same page of taking the biggest spread team, taking the dogs there, but it's really tough. This Raiders team hasn't really shown me too much. I know they won last week, but I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs.
Do we get any inside info from our friend?
Yeah, we've canceled our relationship. No, I think
yeah.
He gave me. I'll explain on my pick. It was kind of like a you choose your own destiny type thing.
The only issue that I'm having with is the divisional matchup, especially after the Chiefs' big win. But at the same time, I feel like the Chiefs are trying to stack wins. And I feel like this at home kind of established them being back, especially with a lot of people like us on the pod talking about them in a major negative fashion. I think the Chiefs get it done here. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus the points here.
Wow. Well, if you know anything about me and my tendencies, you know where I'm going. I'm taking the Raiders plus 11.5. They do always play the Chiefs close. I think they've actually won. This was the stat I was read. I think they've won like 3 of the last 4 or 5 matchups. Had that Christmas game 2 years ago. Well,
is this a 1:00 game?
I don't know.
4?
I think it's 1.
1.
Which is odd. But
body clock.
Remember there was
Just
that
saying,
black.
I don't know how we can use body clock for some games and not others, but
only 2 hours. Come on.
Well,
okay. Yeah, still.
It has to be West Coast, East Coast. That's the body clock. Nothing else matters.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad.
Anyways, Black Friday game, played them close. Won that game at Christmas 2 years ago. These matchups are always pretty close. So I got the Raiders to cover 11.5, even though I'm mostly out on this Raiders team as a whole, just until they switch up quarterbacks or switch up something. But I think 11.5 is too much for the Chiefs, who is a team notoriously known for not blowing teams out in the past couple of years, especially last year. I remember we were monitoring that pretty closely. I guess they did just have a 13-point win over the Lions, but we mentioned that was kind of fugazi. But I got the Raiders plus 11.5. I'm not laying the points. Michael, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with Cameron on this one and take the Chiefs at the minus 11.5 number. Seeing 12.5 on my screen here, but that's all right. We'll stick with the Dubcast number. Yeah, I think the Raiders are done, and I think the Chiefs this is their rattle off 5-6 good wins in a row sort of time in their season. Had a lot of people down them, and they showed last week they can beat good teams by a lot. And the Raiders are not a good team, so they should be able to beat them by a lot more than a lot. So I'm thinking this is sort of could be a blowout, but I won't say that with too much confidence because we know that the Raiders do play them close. I think this is a little bit different of a Raiders team that doesn't. I feel like this Raiders team is sort of has a lot of uncertainty. Like previous Raiders teams, like we knew they were bad, but they felt like they knew who they were. This Raiders team is like they came into the season, oh, we're gonna win 9 games, sneak into the playoffs, and they're just not that. So I feel like there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of different people, different opinions on them. I could see this being a bad situation for the Raiders here.
Okay. Next one, another one at 1 o'clock, another stinker. We have the Dolphins and the Browns. 2 teams with 1 win apiece. Michael was surprised to see the Browns at -2.5, so I'll have to see on his pick, but I'll start this one out. I'm taking the Dolphins +2.5. Kind of mentioned how I thought they were kind of slept on the season as a team who can cover. I think giving them points here is just ridiculous based on what we've seen out the Browns, who have that 1 win over the Packers, have not been able to win a game besides that. Granted, their win was at home, and the Dolphins are pretty bad at home or away, but it is not the winter yet. So I'm not going to auto fade the Dolphins. As I learned last year, I will always fade the Dolphins in the cold weather. But I think there's a lot on the line here for the Dolphins. Like, this is a game that people are expecting them to win. Granted, a lot of people are not high in their franchise anymore, but this can maybe extend Mike McDaniel's coaching career a couple weeks, especially after all the antics that have gone on. I just think I'm taking the team I trust more at this point, which is the Dolphins, which, 2 lefty quarterbacks. We'll see. I don't know. I think this is another one I could get wrong because it's just 2 pretty bad teams in my book, but I'm taking the Dolphins and the points. Michael, what do you think?
Yep, I agree. For me, it's kind of just like, how are you giving the Browns points after we've seen who they are? Obviously, I feel like this is sort of the same. It's completely not the same thing, but it's sort of like how they gave the Chiefs 2.5 points last week against the Lions, who I feel like most people figured that the Lions would be favored in that game. And I feel like at least I thought the Dolphins would be favored in this game. So that gives me a little bit of pause because Vegas knows something that we don't. But I feel like the Dolphins are just a much better team all around. Browns are starting a rookie quarterback who's not very good.
Whoa.
Well, I don't think that's a whoa kind of take.
Whoa.
What has he done? He's looked okay. He's looked the part. He played Brian Flores, almost beat a Brian Flores defense week 1. And then what was last week? The Steelers were like, come on, bro. In Pittsburgh? Come on, bro. Give him a little bit of a – you want to see Shadur? Is that what you want, Michael?
Why you're going against your pick, Dub?
I want Joe Flacco.
I'm just saying that Dylan Gabriel's not like – we can't just say he's not good. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I'm on that train of giving quarterbacks leashes.
All right, but if you give them a leash, that means they're not good when they're at the beginning of their leash.
Too long. Yeah.
If they're not good, that means you give them a leash. So they
like
can
Sam Darnold?
No.
Like Baker Mayfield?
All right.
Agreeing with you, but you're
like Kirk? Come on now.
What did Kirk do?
I don't know.
Anyway.
That's the third example.
I don't know. I threw another name in there.
Anyways, this line's weird to me, so I'm taking the Dolphins.
Cam?
Unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna have to do team ride here.
Too much.
I feel
tonight.
Too much.
Yeah, too many. But I feel like McDaniels is coaching for his job. And I feel like he needs a win. I feel like, especially against the Browns, to at least maintain it for the rest of the year. So I think this offense is not that Dylan Gabriel sucks, Dub. Not trying to get my head chopped off, but
Don't you dare.
I feel like the offense could be a little bit more explosive on the Dolphins side as opposed to the Browns side. So I'll take the Dolphins minus the points here. Or plus the points. Sorry, plus the points.
Yeah, 2.5. I love that number. Michael's okay. He's back.
He's reading the book.
Recalibrate with the book. Next game, we start our 4 o'clock run. We have the Giants. A very passionate caller tonight, already on the stream, made a proclamation that the Giants would outright win this game. Michael, start. What?
Well, that kid's a fucking moron.
I'm sorry.
What's the game?
A difference. Caleb,
1 o'clock still.
1 o'clock. We had one more that I definitely is really important that I almost missed.
This
Saints
is a big
Bears.
game for me. This is a big game for me.
For you, why is it a big game? Explain. The Saints head
I have
to
a
Chicago
lot
minus
riding
4.5.
on this game.
He's got a lot riding on the perp. All right, man.
I'm
Take away.
taking the Bears here. Bears are back, like Dub said earlier on. Roman Tunde has like 7 catches on the year and 5 touchdowns. Yeah, Bears are back. That's all.
Okay. Simple and short and sweet. Cam?
I wouldn't say the Bears are back, but definitely like them in this spot against the Saints. Saints played the Pats pretty close, even though they were at home. I like the Bears here, trying to build up a little bit of momentum. Minus 4.5. I feel like a lot of these teams in the NFL could beat the Saints team by at least 7. So why not put the Bears in that group and give them the minus 4.5 for me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like almost last week was the Saints being like kind of fighting or punching above where they're supposed to be. Granted, that was at home too, so I think the Bears coming off that swagger win Monday night kind of get this done again. I think the Bears are back fully. I got them beating the Saints handily. I think this is one of my favorite picks of the week. Bears minus 4.5. Now, the game I was talking about earlier, Giants, Broncos. I've already did the lead up to that, so you can rewind if you want to hear that. Giants plus 7 on the road. Broncos at home, once again, returning from London. Cam, we'll start with you this time. What do you think? Giants, Broncos.
It's tough for me. I'm going with the Giants plus 7. I don't know why. Honestly, don't have much rhyme or reason. Probably not going to touch this game in general, but Mikey talked about the white boy kind of swagger that Scatterbo and Jackson Darnold have. I just can't see this Giants team losing by. I had at 7.5, but at plus 7, even that. I mean, or sorry, Dart. I can't see this team losing by more than 10. I feel like this Bronco team plays relatively close games, even though they're at home. I don't know. I just can't. I mean, not much rhyme or reason, like I said, but I'm going to go with the Giants plus a 7 here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just feel like after last week,
Oh.
How many team
Sorry.
rides do we have? Fuck.
A lot. I don't know. I'm taking the Giants.
Yeah.
7 is too many, and they actually have looked kind of good lately, and the Broncos have not inspired confidence this season for me so far. So,
Yeah.
Michael?
Yeah.
Same
Come on,
thing.
Mike. Break it.
No, I'm not. It's very sad. This is a good pick. I like the Giants here. I don't think that they're gonna win, but like Ham said, the Broncos don't blow out teams. I could see this being like a super low scoring game, considering how good the Broncos defense is. And Bo Nix has not been horrible, but he has not been up to par with his rookie season. Even though I think the Giants can get pressure on him, force him out of the pocket. Maybe he'll rip off a few runs, but it's going to be a low scoring game. I don't know what the
40.5 is the over-under.
Yeah, coming back from overseas, I don't know what like the historical stuff is on that, but I feel like
You'd be our guy for that type of stat on that.
can't be great. Let me do some research.
Ask the robot.
Yeah. That's the book.
All right. If anything else, we'll get back to that. More 4 o'clock action. The Colts and the Chargers do battle. I'm like an addicted person. I'm taking the Chargers again. I don't know. I don't trust the Colts. I think I faded the Colts every game, and I'm going to continue to do so. Chargers haven't inspired a bunch of confidence, but I'm still not really trusting of the Colts. I think this is like a get your shit together spot in LA. For the Colts, I think they did not deserve to be 5-1, so I think they got to start taking some losses. 1.5 is a very close spread against the whatever. So you're basically just picking a winner. I think the Chargers are a slightly better team than the Colts at this point. I think this is going to be a running game. Jonathan Taylor's looked really good, and then the Chargers offense has been looked really good at running back even without Omari and Hampton. But I got the Chargers minus 1.5. Michael, we'll kick to you. What do you think? Colts supporter.
Sorry, I'm asking ChatGPT to dig deeper. Yeah. I'm taking the Colts in this one. It's definitely a bold pick, but I think the Chargers, they relied a lot on Vidal last week. I don't know if that holds up this week. And the Colts have looked good. I was impressed with what I saw from Danny Dimes last week, putting balls in tight spots, and yeah, it's definitely interesting me saying that the Colts will be 6-1 after this week, but that's where we're heading.
6-1 for the Colts after I bet under 7.5 wins for them. Okay. Cam,
I'm following Mikey here.
let's go. Free win, free me. Let's go.
Sorry, Mikey, but I agree with. I'm kind of going in a different direction on why. Kind of Dub mentioned it. I feel like Jonathan Taylor's looked incredible. Which also we've talked about how we like the touchdown parlays, especially with running backs. If they don't score the previous week, we like them the next week. But this running game, I feel like for the Colts has been definitely carrying their team. And then, like Mikey said, I feel like Daniel Jones actually made the throws that he needs to make. Chargers have looked kind of sloppy, I feel like, in the past 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it's definition of a get like your shit together spot, but I feel like this is kind of a wake up call for the Chargers, and then next week might be the get the shit together spot.
What
So
about losing
I'm
to
gonna
the
go with the
Giants?
Colts. Exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that not the
So
wake up spot?
no, I think this is the wake up spot where a team that you lose to is actually like somewhat decent, and then you come out the next week and beat the shit out of the Giants. But I'm going with the Colts here plus the 1.5. I honestly don't like many of these games this week, but hey, if you want to take the leader of the clubhouse when it comes to betting against the spread in the past year
I
and a
don't like
half,
any of my
you know who
picks,
to
but I
you know
have a
who to
good
take.
record, so trust me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, one of your favorite teams to fade, the
Is it?
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Packers at Cardinals plus 6.5. I think I saw some worrying news on Kyler Murray. I don't think he's playing. I forget whose turn it is to start this one out. I think it's me. So I'll go with the Packers minus 6.5. It's tough because the Cardinals do like to play people close, but I think this is kind of like a letdown effect, especially if Jacoby Brissett's playing. I think they get blown out if Jacoby Brissett's playing, unfortunately. I just think the Packers defense will show up, be there, and Kyler is not that good anyway, so I like this Packers team a lot, and I'm still holding a lot of faith, even though 6.5 on the road is pretty tough. I think that they get stung in a blowout fashion. Cardinals have to start asking some questions that need to be answered. Michael, we kick it to you. What do you think for this game?
I'm taking the Packers. Did we say if Kyler's playing?
It's looking unlikely, but you'll never know. I'll do a little research.
Yeah, I don't think it
right
matters, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like the spread's gonna be the
now. Would it
same.
change your pick if Kyler was playing?
I don't think so, but it might change the line. Yeah, I'm taking the Packers here. It's sort of, I feel like the Packers are a team like last week they scored 27 or 28 or whatever it was on the Cowboys, but that's like the Cowboys whose defense is horrible. I think the Cardinals have a bit better of a defense than them. So and the Packers haven't really been putting up points like we thought they would. I know they've had a lot of injuries, wide receiver wise. But the Cardinals, like Jacoby Brissett's gonna put up another 300-yard performance. I don't really know about that, so I'm taking the Packers.
Cam, I'll kick it to you.
Yeah, team out again. Give me the pack. Don't understand why anybody would even think about picking the Cardinals here, honestly. Yeah, I don't have much to add. Less than touchdown game. I think the Packers blow this team out, even though they're on the road. Give me the pack minus the points, please, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. An interdivisional NFC East matchup. One of the highest over-unders on the board. Commanders head to the Jerry World and
Who?
are 2.5 point underdogs. Michael, we'll start with you. What do you think here? Jane Daniels coming off a loss, Dak Prescott coming off a loss. Who comes out
I'm going
victorious?
to be taking the Cowboys in this game.
Oh,
I believe that they are going to put up a lot more points than the Commanders will be able to stay with. Commanders have a lot of injuries. I don't think Terry's playing. They've had all of their running back injuries and trades. They're going to be relying on randoms and old people. So it's going to be tough for them to keep up with the Cowboys defense, Cowboys offense, which has been very good. George Pickens and all them putting up a lot of points. So
All
taking
them.
all them.
Yeah.
CD is back apparently according to the odds in this game.
All right. Cool.
But that's your squad, right? What you're rolling with Cowboys?
Good for
Okay.
them.
Sorry, jeez. Cam, what's your pick for this game?
Definitely the opposite direction. Give me the Skins minus the points. Don't really care who's playing for the boys. Give me the Skins here. Feel like they kind of due for a get right spot. I know the Cowboys are kind of doing the same after a loss to the Panthers, but that Monday night loss doesn't seem like that's going to sit well with them. Jaden Daniels coming off his third start, coming back from an injury. Feel he's going to be at pretty close to 100%, hopefully. And I kind of similar to the thing that we've been talking about is if I have more confidence in the quarterback, I'm probably going to lean with him, especially in spreads that are less than 3. So give me Jaden Daniels and the Skins over the Cowboys here, even though they're on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cam. I'm taking the Commanders. I think they're
The who?
better. Okay. I like them better. I do think. I mean, granted, they're both coming off a loss, but I feel like this would be a good spot for the Cowboys to get one back. But it is the Cowboys under Jerry, so I'm not holding my breath. And I think the Commanders are getting Terry back. I think they're going to figure something out. I feel like it's going to be a duel. It's going to be a high-scoring game. But I think ultimately, I trust Jane Daniels a little more than I trust Dak Prescott at this point in time. And I think this will be a really good game. It probably will live up to the America's Game of the Week. I just trust the Commanders more, so I'm taking them on the road plus or minus the 2.5. Now, Sunday Night Football, another quarterback question mark. We have the Falcons. Michael Penix heading to the 49ers. Looks like it's going to be Brock Purdy, maybe. I mean, we said the same thing last week, so it could end up being Mac Jones. Regardless, we have to pick the game now. So 49ers minus 2.5. Sunday Night Football. Cam, we'll start with you. What do you think for this game?
Oh, give me the Niners minus 2.5. I feel like the Falcons are riding too high after the win against the Bills, which we've talked about have kind of been disappointing this year. I feel like it's especially if Mac Jones plays after that performance he had last week. I feel like he steps it up. Worst case scenario, Brock Purdy plays, and then I think they might be a much better squad, a lot more confidence in him, especially without the controversy. It seems like what we talked about last week after Mac Jones not playing that well. Hopefully they can get the people that they had back last week, Pearsall especially, a little bit more healthy. Give me the Niners here minus the points, especially at home.
Yeah, Pearsall didn't play last week, but he's supposed to play this week. But anyways, I'm taking the 49ers minus the 2.5. I agree. I think the Falcons are going to be an up and down team all season, and I think they could easily fall traps coming off that high over the win, especially a primetime win off a short week over the Bills. I think they might be looking ahead and thinking, oh, we can beat this 49ers team, especially the 49ers coming off a loss. I think everything adds up for me to take the 49ers minus 2.5. Although it is primetime, so anything could happen, but I'm rolling with the Niners. Michael, will you make this like the 7th group out of the night, or are you taking Michael Penix and the Falcons to cover?
I'll be taking the home team in this game.
Fuck.
No, it's fine. It's either going to be really good or really bad for all of us.
It's gonna be really bad. I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, not really much to add. I think that there's not really much to add.
Okay. Next game, Monday night doubleheader. This is the bad version of the doubleheader. First one is the Bucs and the Lions tipping off early at normal time. Lions minus 5.5 off that double-digit loss to the Chiefs last week. I'll start this one out. I don't know why this team keeps being underrated and put as an underdog. I'm taking the Bucs plus 5.5. Just way too many points. We've seen these teams do battle over the past couple of weeks. Mike's got his heads in his hands. Don't know what's really causing that reaction. But
Because we're all doing the same thing.
yeah,
again.
I mean, I think there isn't like I'm probably the most. I'm gonna guess that I'd be like the most likely to take the Lions out of you guys, just because I see the Lions like potentially coming in and just fucking them up. I think like the Bucks injuries are due to catch up with them at some point. It might be this week. It might not be. I like the Lions. I mean, I like the Bucks plus 5.5. I just think they're going to cover the spread of that's too many points. And these teams play close every time. We've seen these teams play like the past couple 3 seasons. Bucks plus 5.5. Michael, you alluded to your pick, but any additional reasonings for the Bucks?
No, I
No.
I mean, even if the Lions do come in and score a lot of points, the Bucks can keep up with them. They'll score a late touchdown to have a little fake less than 5.5, and yeah. But I think the Bucks have a real chance of winning this game. The Lions are coming off that brutal loss, but the Bucks have shown that they can keep games close and like make things happen late, and I can see them doing that again this week.
Cam?
Yeah, same boat. I just feel like it's tough to pick against Baker in the spread, especially when you're given almost a touchdown. Like Mikey said, I don't expect the Bucks to outright win this game, especially in prime time, but Baker will always find a way to make it somewhat of a close game, I feel like, at least based off the past couple seasons. So whenever I'm getting Baker plus 5.5, please and thank you. But I mean, also could be a get right spot for the Lions. Not my favorite game to bet, but at the same time, I like the Bucks here plus the points, even though they're on the road.
Alrighty, we have one game remaining. It is the Houston Texans off a bye week heading to Seattle. 10 o'clock start. Won't watch this game because they started so late. Fuck you, NFL. Mikey, what's your pick for this game? Texans at Seattle.
I will
Blank
not be
3 points.
picking this game. It is too late for me, and I'll be taking the Seattle Seahawks.
Darn chaz.
This is my first time taking the Seahawks in a long time, I think. I think it's more of a Texans hater pick than a Seahawks pick, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Cam?
So I actually love the Texans here. I've been very anti, as you know, NFC West, but especially Seahawks and Cardinals. Especially if the Seahawks win against the Jags, against a mediocre team. I think the Texans kind of get a get right spot here. Potentially win this game outright. Especially with you have the 3. I had my 3.5, but love them with the hook. But I also can definitely see a push here at plus 3. So I'm gonna go with the Texans plus a 3 on Monday night, late night.
Yeah, I've just realized there's been no pushes in the whole season so far. But I got the Texans plus 3. I think Seahawks are going to be a team that I pick when they lose, like to pick the week after they lose, and then don't pick them the week after they win. I think big win over the Jaguars last week that sets up for the Texans to kind of get back to 3-3, get their spots right. Also, the Texans have been preparing for a long time because they had the extended week. So
Yeah.
we're rolling with the Texans plus the 3, also primetime boost, all the things. Don't mind that pick at all. So that wraps up week 7. Took us a long time to get here, but we're here.
You got the clowns coming up, or
we got the clown show coming on the pod in a minute. We can kind of, I guess we can jump in between segments while they're here. We have a guest at the podcast door. Welcome to the stream, DOUF boy Mark. How are you?
What's up, boys?
How are you in this fine Wednesday?
how's it going?
I'm doing great. The boys got a big dub in softball tonight. I think it was like 19 or 20-0.
Oh,
That's not true. We gave up 1 run in the last inning, so the shutout was ruined. But huge dub for the boys.
you'll never
Did Dub or Mikey ask? Because I don't remember asking.
Yeah, so he actually just asked how my night was. So I
I did
explained my
ask.
night.
It's all
The
right.
joke's
Maybe
on
one
you,
day
bud.
I'll
How
have
about you open your ears?
maybe can we not have this hostility off the bat? We got to have a cordial segment. Is Tendy jumping on, or is he with you, or
Yeah, he's coming in a second.
he's occupied? Okay. I forgot. Okay, here we
Are you
go.
at the field right now?
Yeah, where are you?
No, I'm on the back deck of the bar. We're having some beers with the boys after the game.
Shout
Victory
out.
beers. Tendy's
What's the
here.
What's the
Hello,
team
gentlemen.
name?
I got my picks.
We're Team Bubble Room.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a restaurant out here.
This is going to be chaotic for a second. So we have another guest call in.
Oh God.
McGreg, welcome back.
Thank you. I just came for the
Not this
vibes.
mother.
I just
Get him
came
out.
for
All right,
Get
if
him
you're here
out.
for the vibes, we're going to kick you off the stage. Goodbye.
Yes,
All right.
get
So
him
the
out.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna send you my thing.
Okay, we have black screen from the
I saw
DOUF
this.
boys.
I know. I'm coming back. I'm just sending Tendy my picks so I can stay on the screen.
All right.
Yeah,
So
you're so cute.
last week, we'll recap it. We had Mark and Cam both 3-1. Good job, gentlemen. Me and Tendy both 2-2.
And you
So
overcame a lot of adversity there from Mark.
Damn, that's great respect, brother. Great respect.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, keep running. See what happens next week. 15.
he's on.
And-
We're losing you in and out. Let's give us some congrats all around the board. We got 3-1, 3-1, 2-2. So no one went negative. Good week for the boys.
Good food for the boys.
On the year to
It's
date,
a
Tendy's
pick
leading
show.
Tendy's leading the clubhouse 10-6, Mark 9-7, I'm 8-8, Mikey's 2-2, and Cam 6-6.
I thought I had 10 last week. No.
No, there's been 6. We've only done 4 weeks.
That's
So
right.
you-
That's right.
You were 8-4.
Yeah.
Okay. So Team Florida has a 3-game lead right now. You guys are up 19, or you guys are 19-13.
Oh,
Dubcast is perfect, 16-16. So we need to
Perfect.
break out of this 500 funk, Team Dubcast. That being said, the ball is in your guys' hands. Who will be the 2 taking you on tonight in the DOUF?
Yeah, Mark, you have balls in your hands. Come on. We can hear you.
All right.
You can't hear anything.
So what we say?
You
Don't
said
worry
my
about
name.
it.
I don't know what else you said.
Yeah, so Dub's gonna play because I mean
2-2.
it's his show. Gotta
Fair.
let the owner of the
Respect.
show play.
Respect for the game. Yeah, understandable.
And give respect where respect's due. Cam had a good week, so put his ass on the bench, and Mikey, you're in.
Uh-oh.
All right, Mike, come on, pick it up. Pick it up, Mike.
He went 0-4 last week.
No, I didn't.
Let's go, Mikey.
He's
That's
due. He's
impressive.
due. He's due.
I was 2-2.
That's a
I was
good
just
Then why'd you
decision.
say you were
for sure.
0-4 in the chat? Okay.
I was just
Because he
joking. I
wanted the
to
ball.
kick
He wanted
me.
the ball.
I wanted to rock.
So after all this contention, there was a lot of hostility. Cam is going to be on the bench cheering the boys on. So here we go. Starting with the DOUF. We'll go from best to worst. So Tendy, we'll start with you this week. Once again, your dog for Week 7 NFL.
I'm taking Vikings plus 1.5 against the Eagles. I think they're gonna win. Eagles are fake.
Okay.
Frauds.
A lot of 1.5s and 1s out of you guys this season. I will, got to call it out. Mark, what do you think?
My
Just no-
underdog.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what underdog is. I'm taking the Colts plus 2 at the Chargers. The Colts have no business being underdogs in this game. Colts might be the best team in the AFC. By might,
No, the Patriots.
I mean they are the best team in the AFC. Right there with the Chiefs. The 2 of them are the best 2 teams in the AFC.
You're crazy.
I think we're off to a good start, Mikey, so far.
Colts are
Yeah,
winning this
come on.
game
I need to-
outright.
We need to step up.
Colin, what did you just say?
I think we're
Chargers
off to a good start right now.
Chargers
That's all I'm
can't score.
All right,
Can't stop the
let's get
run.
theirs then. They're
Colts outright.
disrespecting us. I don't like it at all.
Michael,
Get.
I know you got something good for us.
I'm taking the Cowboys up plus 2.5.
Yeah, there it is. What a great
Jesus
pick.
Christ.
I think we're 0 for 3. You guys are 0 for 3 so far.
All right, Colin, what do you
have?
have then? What's your lock?
The Cowboys,
My lock-
the Commanders are not going to be able to score with the Cowboys. There's no shot.
All right.
Redskins, but okay.
You're going to love this one. Raiders plus 11.5.
Oh my God.
So I guess according to you, we're over 4 then.
Yeah, we're muck. That was
Maybe.
absolute muck.
I'd like my pick way better than you guys, but we'll have to see. The numbers won't lie. We kick it back to you, Tandy. Favorite over of this week.
I think this is honestly kind of easy. I have Giants Broncos. This is the Jackson Dart game. He might hit this himself. 40.
That's terrible.
The strategy revealed by Mark saying he took the under.
You're
Okay.
gonna change that right now.
Yeah, we're gonna change that. All right, show me my
Live scrambling on the Dubcast here.
no problems, no
That's what
problems.
it's all about.
Mark?
All right, my over. I've got Pats Titans.
I like that a lot.
Pats offense has looked really good. Titans are prone to giving up a lot of points.
Let's score some points.
And the Pats kind of give up points. They give up weird drives, weird scores. So 42 is not a big number. That's my over.
Fair enough.
Show me the lines.
I will be taking the over of the Browns and Dolphins game, which is 39.5.
Very
Okay.
low number. Okay.
That's
Very
gross. You think Tua is going to score more than a fucking touchdown?
Yes.
All right. For my pick, I'm going over 44.5 in the Packers and Cardinals game.
No, that's my under. Damn.
Well, don't reveal that.
There's
We just made fun of them
a
for
lot of
doing the
tension
exact same
today,
thing.
boys.
Yeah, this might be.
This
really
is
bad
just
early.
good team Cam out of both
Yeah.
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, is what they always say.
Well, I think the Packers always put points on the board, and I think the Cardinals can keep it close, even though, depending on Jacoby Brissett or Kyler Murray, it might be blowout time. But I like the over 44.5 there. Back to the under. Tendy, we start with you.
I have my under. Commanders, Cowboys, 55. Cowboys, yes, they do score a lot of points, but they like to lose games, and that's a big number. Jalen Daniels has been pretty wishy-washy. I don't love that over 55, so I took the under.
Mark?
We were playing mind games. This was my favorite under the whole time. It's going to be under 43.5, Vikings and Eagles. Eagles have no offense. Vikings really have no offense either. 43.5. This is going to be like some gross score. It's going to be like 16-12 or something.
Some are saying it might be a scoregami, a low scoregami.
Yeah. So that's my under.
Some are saying
Michael?
I'll be stealing Mark's because it was my second pick, and I'm taking the Giants and the Broncos under
Good.
that game.
I'm really happy you took that.
Big swing.
Some spread.
Some
It's
spread.
what did you say? What was yours? 40.5?
It's 40 on the dot.
Right. 40.
Interesting. Man, I'm torn between two games. Cam's dipped off the stream. I was hoping you'd pick one, Mikey, but I'll go with the Colts and the Chargers under 40.5.
Good. Thank you.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Chargers keep it close.
It's crazy.
Love it.
Colts have the best offense in the league.
This
We'll
is
see.
my favorite pick of the day. My favorite coming in here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Me too.
Favorite.
Browns 2.5 against the Dolphins. I don't care who's at quarterback. Put in Shadur. Put in anybody. They're going to beat
Bailey
the shit out of the
Zappi?
Dolphins. Put in Zappy. Oh my God, put in Zappy. Please.
Mark?
Put in Mark Sanchez out of jail. I'll take the over every
Put in
day.
Mark
Fresh out
Halloran.
the cell. Put in me. That's fucking alt spread
Well,
minus 10. People don't know. I could throw it back in the day.
This comes from the heart, Mikey. I apologize for this pick immediately because he is the biggest Jets fan of all time.
Lock of the weekend. Panthers minus 1.5.
Pick it against your
After
favorite
Jets.
team, dude?
His only team.
Hey, this is a pick show. The people come here for information. They come here for
They come here
winners.
for money. That's true.
Jets are
So-
4-2 against the spread, Mark. Come on.
The Jets are a bad team. In order to cover the spread, they're going to have to
Mikey,
win this
you
game.
don't hear him talk about the Jets when he gets drunk late at night. He's all back. He's fully back. He loves them. He loves the boys.
The Jets are a bad team.
All right, Mikey,
And they
Mikey,
will
what do you have?
Can you let me talk?
No, I don't think you talk about the Jets like that.
Yeah, Mark. No one else. to do.
Mikey?
I'm taking the Rams -3 against the Jaguars in London.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't hate that at all, actually.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good
I'm
pick.
finishing it off with the team you guys proclaimed was back 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm taking the Bears -4.5 against the Saints.
I like that too.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we're going to find out the Saints are a great team, but the Patriots are way better, and the Saints might dog wash the Bears.
That'd be really interesting.
I mean, if I know anything about Riddler, he's a winner,
Okay.
especially in this league.
You don't know his name, though.
Spencer Rattler.
Riddler.
Spencer Rattler.
1-11.
Dude, you guys don't call him the Riddler? Come on, this is his nickname.
That's actually a sick nickname. You should go with that instead of the rattlesnake.
Dub, you can't be hyping up our fucking.
I'm not
opponents.
hyping it up. It's just a back and
Yeah,
forth
this is just a
combo.
friend's pot.
We're bantering.
Unless
in
you're
good
making
and bad
picks,
ways.
then it's blood.
Can
All
I
right.
give my my
Yeah,
feature
so-
of the week?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of back and forth here. Nice DOUF segment, picking you guys up from somewhere, I don't know, a restaurant, whatever.
We just won 15-1 in softball, so we're off.
I
a
heard it was
high.
19-1, so there might be a
Was it
little.
19-1?
I thought so. Yeah.
Oh, I think
A lot
it
of
was
lies
19-1.
going around. A lot of lies.
Yeah,
I am the shortstop. It's pretty sick.
Can you let the host talk?
My bad.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
Anthony Volpe interrupted me. Shortstop.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude.
That was like meant to be a compliment, but I realized okay. Mark,
Anybody you could have said.
last week you proclaimed Dodgers plus 170 to win the World Series. 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, you said Garrett Nussmeier, Heisman. Is there anything else on the table tonight that is new for you? And do you actually place those bets, or was that kind of just for the people?
I placed the Nussmeier bet. That looks bad. I didn't place the Dodgers bet, and that looks good.
I have a lock.
So I'm 0 for 2. What I have for you this week is riding along my favorite of the week. Jets win total on the year. They're currently sitting at 0-6. Their line is 4.5 wins. They would have to go 5-6 for the rest of the year. Basically, play 500 football. Does anyone, with a show of hands, believe the Jets can play 500 football for the rest of the year?
Michael, we got 2 hands. Michael saying is not
Yeah.
going
I
up.
don't like that Cam raises his hand with me.
No.
Fuck. I have a lot. I've also have a pretty good lock.
Majority rules, they cannot play 500 football. So the future of the week would be Jets under 4.5 wins.
I have a lock. Indiana to go undefeated is like
Don't throw up in the cards, Andy.
it's like minus 115, minus 120 in that range. They have a dog walk. Penn State is trash, obviously, and that's the last game of the season. They're going to go undefeated. Shout out Blake Thierry, backup tight end. He's on the team. He dresses dog. He's one of our best friends' little brothers. Roll Hoosiers. We could get him on the. Actually, we could. We absolutely could get him on the pod next
For the
week.
CFP, we'll get him on.
Okay, I'll get him on the pod for sure. If he's not lifting.
What did they just lift 24/7?
You guys are going to have to pay him, though. His NIL is pretty high.
I mean,
That's okay.
His brother's walking in right now. Wait, real quick, Zach. We need a celebratory pod. We're talking about Blake right now. Talk about Blake. Come on in, right here.
Hello.
You're on Dubcast Live.
In the Dubcast Live.
Special topic is IU for real?
Oh,
Have they proven enough by going bell to ass to Oregon?
I heard they're going undefeated.
yeah. We were just advised to take them to go undefeated by the person to your right.
Country says they're going undefeated. You've heard it here.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a realistic possibility just because their schedule's not that bad. But I don't know. I think we need to see that first playoff game, and also if they make the Big Ten, we need to see them against.
They're gonna get a bye that first playoff game. There's no worries.
Well, won't they have to play Ohio State? I think that's going to tell
Oregon's
a lot.
gonna beat Ohio State, and then that
Oregon
game's
doesn't
not
even
gonna
play Ohio State this year.
What the fuck? Don't they play this week? Oh,
Yeah.
Our color analyst has had a couple beverages.
Clearly,
Should Indiana fans be concerned about Signetti leaving, though?
Penn State.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
would be concerned. I think Penn State could. I mean, I heard the NIL is good in Indiana.
look at this. Oh, is that coming in?
He's coming in.
Coming in.
I'll get out.
This is
How many
an
fucking
IU
guest
segment all of a
people
sudden.
are showing up on the Dubcast?
I love the Dubcast. I'll see you next week, boys.
All right. Thanks for your picks.
See you, Andy.
Indiana, I like their schedule. I mean, UCLA is a joke. Michigan State's a joke. Maryland, isn't that good? Penn State's a joke. Wisconsin's a joke. Purdue's a joke. So that should easily be undefeated. Signetti, I think, could leave for Penn State, but I heard their NIL is getting a little bit better. So I don't know if Signetti's like a guy to leave to Florida. I think it's really Penn State is the question.
You think
I think-
Rule, Tubby?
Yeah, Matt Rule has been rumored there. I would be worried, but if Signetti stays this year, he's going to stay for a long time. So I think it's just this
Yeah.
year, and then after that, to answer your question, in a long form.
Fair enough.
What's the benefit for Signetti to leave, though? What does he get at Penn State? Just prestige?
Money, prestige.
Yeah. Probably $5 million.
Way
more
better
a year.
recruits, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you're making $6 million a year, is $10 million going to change your life?
No, but they always leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly. It's the same thing for any athlete. What are you talking
My
about?
ex-girlfriend said that about 2 inches too, man. It's always, it's real every time.
Who
Man.
the fuck is this guy?
Uh,
I feel like we should have a separate episode with this
no,
person.
no.
You can be our IU
No.
IU insider.
IU insider. Yeah.
I'll be reporting live this weekend at the Michigan State game.
Okay.
I did get some insight. Kurt did address the team today about media rumors of him potentially leaving, and his comment was, "I'm here to do my job. Go do yours."
Sounds like he's out the door.
Were you in the locker room? What do you mean you heard the rumor?
I have sources.
He's got
Oh, okay.
sources inside the program. This
He's
is
got
this is
sources
great. for the-
inside the building.
I've got sources at the program.
Okay.
All right, before we let you sign off here, with your sources, Indiana is minus 27.5. Michigan State coming into town. What do you think?
I like the under. I think they're going to have a little bit of a sleepy game. I don't think they're going to hang 70 on them like they did to Illinois. Obviously they win. I'm not sure I see it being a blowout though.
Okay.
Everybody's healthy though.
All right.
Plus 27.5.
Good news,
then.
good sources, good.
Great information.
Yeah, great information. We'll see if it pans out. Thank you, Mark, and thank you to our anonymous guest, Indiana Insider, for joining
Love
us
you guys.
tonight. All right. Love you too, man. It's been a great 10 minutes to get to know you.
All right, boys.
All right,
Have
Mark,
a good
anything
show.
before you sign off tonight? All right. Thanks, brother. Be good. Wow. The callers tonight have been, wow. I don't think you'd ask for a much better show.
Oh no.
So, Cam, you're kind of here but not here, but we'll read out the Focus 5, our last segment of the night. So last week, Cam actually had somewhat of a redemption. He made the viewers 1 unit, while Mikey sinked further into the sinkhole, losing the viewers 5 units. Of course,
One
the
negative.
What?
I said I went total negative.
Yeah, and he dipped below the threshold, is now in the negative units. Of course, your boy made 5.69 units. Let's get into the Focus 5. So we traditionally start off with the person who's doing the worst, which I don't know why I start off with the person who's doing the best and start off with the person who's doing the worst. Focus 5. Maybe it's the most built up segment. I don't know. Cam is not here. He's at negative 4.77 units. I'm sure we'll get his Focus 5. But Mikey, take us away. You're now at minus 3.18 units. You got to make some money back. Get back in the greens.
I'm back. I have a
book.
surprise. I have a guest picker this week who made a lot of my money week 1. So
Great.
we'll be guest picking again. For my first pick, we're going to be taking the Bears minus 5.5, as well as a Roma Dunze touchdown, which is
Like that. Didn't
plus
score last
250.
week.
Rome, 5 touchdowns on the year through 5-6 weeks. Getting in the end zone again. Like Dub said, didn't score last week. Next pick, we're going to be taking 2 overs. We're taking the Browns and the Dolphins over, and we're taking the Steelers and the Bengals over, which is 39.5 and 44.5, and that's plus 257. Then we're taking 2 spreads. We're taking the Bucks. Both Monday night spreads. We're taking the Bucks and the Seahawks against the spread. That's 257 total. And then whatever this said, what does this say? All right, we have 2-3 money line pick parlays here. The last 2. This is mine. We're taking the 49ers money line, the Eagles money line, and the Cowboys money line, which comes out to 536. And then this last one is straight from my mother. 3-pick parlay. Taking the Panthers money line, the Giants money line, and the Patriots money line.
Giants, 7-point underdogs money line. That's gonna be a big one.
I don't have odds on that because it was at 6:57. She sent me that. So
Wait a sec. All right, we'll pause a second. So you had Pats money line,
Pats, Panthers, Giants.
Pats, Panthers, and the Giants gives you plus 778. So that could get you right back in the green, even if you miss all your other picks.
Yep.
All right.
She's she's 1-1 on the year, or she's 1-0 on the year actually. 1-4-1.
Made a lot of units week 1. Okay. Cam, we'll kick it back to you. We were going to have you
Yeah.
lead it out, but you weren't here. You dropped. But you're under the 5 units threshold, so you can win some money back, win a couple picks this week. Let's hear him. Let's go.
All right. Bounce back week. We're going to do a little bit of an early slate. So we're going to do a Thursday night, early morning, and then a 1 o'clock parlay. So we got Steelers, Rams, Bears, moneyline parlay. Don't have the odds on any of these because FanDuel doesn't want me to press those. So I can get those to you, Dub, earlier this week. But then
Steelers,
also
Rams, Bears.
Yes, correct.
Okay. That is plus 215.
Okay. And then we're going to do another boots on the ground parlay. Very similar to what I texted you guys. We're going to do Pat's money line, Drake 2 passing. But this week we're going to do Henry anytime touchdown.
Okay.
So I'll let Dub figure that out.
No Henry.
If that's a
that one.
We'll wait on
excuse
it.
me.
There's only 4 touchdown scores on DK right now, and Henry's not one of them, so I'll have to wait on that one.
That's fair. Yeah, we can figure that out later on in the week. Then we got our money line parlay of teams. So we're gonna do the Pats, Eagles, Panthers, and the Packers.
Eagles, right? The Eagles, okay. And the Packers, that will give you plus 429.
Okay. All right. Fourth, focus 5. We're gonna do Niners Bucks parlay right there. Little primetime game, Sunday night and Monday night.
Niners and Bucks.
Yep.
Money line.
Yep.
Plus 430.
Okay. And then last but not least, we're gonna stick with the Texans money line, but also a Nico anytime tutty.
Okay, that one is plus 385.
Okay. Yeah, obviously a lot higher odds on the majority of these, but hopefully we're trying to bounce back in the focus 5 here. So trying to make a little name for myself.
Got to take big swings.
Yeah.
All right, I'll end the show out. Just absolutely demolishing you guys. We're up 24 units. So listen to the host of the Dubcast here because we're gonna get some knowledge. Even though I hit my focus 5 every week, and continuing into this week. First parlay we got is feeling frisky. So I got the Bears money line, the Panthers money line, and the Eagles money line. Those 3 together gives you plus 364. For the Chiefs Raiders game, I'm fading my pick, which is the Raiders. So I'm taking Rashee Rice over yards. I think he's going to come back strong. And I'm taking Travis Kelce to score a touchdown. Don't have the odds on that one yet. I'll have to get that one on Sunday. Next parlay is the Get Your Shit Together Son parlay. Part of the Dubcast intro. Thought it'd be a funny name. Chargers to win and Commanders to win plus 207 together. And I have a when it rains, it pours parlay for the biggest over on the board, 54.5. I got CD to score in his return. I got Bill to score for the Commanders, and I got Javonte to score. Those 3 together gives you plus 525. Last one, waiting all day for Monday night. We've hit 2 for 2 on the last 2 parlays with 2 wide receivers, so we're at it again this time on Monday night. Give me Mike Evans to score a touchdown, and Cam, you said Nico Collins. I'm also taking Nico Collins, plus 390. Those 2 guys to score. So there's our focus 5 for this week. We'll wrap it up with some NCAA Week 8 5 ranked matchups, I think. Before we get into that, anything catching your eye, Cam? We got football on every night now. Tuesday, Wednesday, there's football on right now. Kind of lesser conferences, but don't know if you had a chance to check any of it out.
No, I was taking a peek, but nothing. So I'm looking forward to the ranked matchups this weekend.
All right, so let's get into it. We start out at noon. We have LSU, who is somehow number 10 in the country, heading to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt minus 2.5 at home. So what do you think about this SEC matchup on ABC?
I think this is the big wake-up call for Vanderbilt. I don't think they're there yet. I think they're going to need another quarterback to come in after, what's his name, Pavia? If I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, but I love the LSU crew or LSU Tigers going into Vandy, winning this game outright. Never mind plus the points. So give me the plus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the opposite. I don't know. I think Vandy at home. I think LSU is pretty fraudulent. LSU doesn't have a lot of wins that scream out to me. I think Vandy is good. I think it's going to be a close game. They might win and not cover 2.5, but I'm putting my side with Vandy. I don't know. I think they're going to pull this one out, and I don't trust LSU at all. another SEC matchup on ABC. Right after that game, we'll have another SEC matchup between Ole Miss and Georgia. In Georgia, 7.5-point favorites. What do you think about this game?
I'm leaning towards Georgia. The hook is a little tempting to take with Ole Miss, but I don't know. I feel like Georgia can win this game by at least 10. So give me Georgia minus a 7.5 here.
I'm going the opposite again. I think Trinidad has looked really good with Ole Miss, and yes, they play every game close, but that includes against really good teams. I think 7.5 is too much for the Georgia team, who loves to get behind by like 2 touchdowns, start the game out. So 7.5, I think that number is way too big. And yes, Ole Miss may be slightly overrated, but I think Georgia is also overrated. Another one on ABC, the next game, Tennessee versus Bama. Bama minus 8.5 at home. A lot of hype for Ty Simpson around the sport right now. What do you think for this one? Tennessee at Bama minus 8.5.
Being in Tennessee, I know I kind of picked against Vanderbilt here, but I like Tennessee plus the points here. I feel like plus 8.5 is a lot. I feel like the same kind of vibe that you described as Georgia as Alabama. I think they are a little bit more overrated than most teams in the SEC. I think the SEC might be overrated in general this year. But yeah, I like Tennessee plus 8.5. I think it's going to be a close game and hopefully a little bit more entertaining than most people would think.
I'm with you. I think this is going to be a close. Like Alabama's good, but I don't think they're 8.5 points good. I think it's going to be every time these two teams play, it seems like a back and forth battle. And I got to see Tennessee play my Q's week 1, and they destroyed them. So I think Tennessee covers the 8.5. Next one, 7:30 on Peacock. USC off a big win last week over Michigan heads to Notre Dame. Notre Dame minus 9.5. What do you think here?
Yeah, the 9.5 is a little sketchy in my opinion. I think I'm gonna just stick with the money lines on this, but for the sake of the pod, give me USC plus the 9.5 here. I just don't see this being a 10-point game. I think it's gonna be close down to the wire, maybe a game-winning field goal on either side. So with that being said, give me USC plus the points.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't trust Notre Dame. I mean, I could see this being a blowout just because it's a 4:30 body clock game.
Okay.
No, I think USC covers. I think they're actually pretty good. I know they had that one tough loss to Illinois, but I think it could be kind of a similar situation where they're in it, and then cover the spread. 9.5, the biggest point or the biggest spread we've talked about so far. Last one, not sure how much you've been following the Big 12. Utah in BYU, 8 p.m. kickoff. BYU is +3 at home. What do you think for this one?
I'm leaning towards the Utah minus the 3. Especially I think it was that big loss that they had. I think it was week 2. I forget who it was. It was another Big 12 matchup, I want to say, but
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, yeah, exactly. Texas Tech, one of obviously the most overpaid teams in the NCAA in general. But I think Utah finds a way to get it done against this Mormon squad. I don't know. I just don't have a lot of faith in BYU, especially going on the road. So give me Utah minus the points. Like we said, basically 3's a pick 'em. I can't see it being much more than a field goal game. So I'm gonna go with Utah minus 3.
I'm with you. I think BYU is a little bit fraudulent. I was actually told that by our friend who follows an American school, who will also be boots on the ground in Alabama this week. I think we can kind of figure out who that is. But I like Utah minus the 3 here to end us out on this week 8, which is crazy to say, of NCAA football. So
Yeah,
that's a stream. Very crazy. Felt like a lot going on the stream. Cam in and out on the toilet. Mark calling,
Yeah.
Tendy calling, Indiana Insider, McGreg calling. So thank you guys for sticking with us, even though there's 0 viewers right now. Replay viewers are out there. We appreciate you. We'll leave y'all at that. We'll be back next week. And as always, be easy, y'all. Peace.